divisional round in the books. We're going on to the conference championship rounds now. It is Monday, January 22nd. How you guys doing? Kevin, how you doing today?
Terrible.
Yeah, I know. We're going to get into all that, okay?
Okay.
And you know what? Let's jump right into it. But first things first. Shalom, baby.
Yeah. This is just water that we're drinking, by the way.
Also, before we start, Adam, how you doing today, bub? Nice to have you back. We didn't have you last week.
I'm doing good.
We
happy
miss
to be
you.
here.
Good, yes. We're happy to have you back. We were asking Alexa for fucking shit last week when we didn't know something. She was terrible. She was awful.
Was not even close to what you
Easier to look at, but not very responsive, and her information was mostly shit.
You saying easy on the eyes?
Yeah, I like looking at her more. You know, she's square, nice corners.
That's what you're looking for. That's what you're looking for, to go, right? Nice corners.
nice
You
good
gotta stop
corner.
doing that when I take a drink.
I don't mean
Nice
to.
square
It wasn't even
corners.
that funny.
It was pretty, I guess it's just the way it was said, made me giggle. I'm sorry about that. I think I was a little
No,
bit
you're
there.
fine. So we had 4 games happen or 2 games Saturdays, 2 games Sunday. We're gonna start with the very last one first. Let's get this out of the fucking way. Let's
Take
do
the sting, yeah.
let's
Take
do-
the sting away. Bills, Chiefs.
Kansas City at Buffalo Bills, 27-24.
So some of the positive things I will say is it was kind of the game I expected. Lots of high energy, high flying
Yeah.
offense. Good run
And it
game
was a
by
good
both
game.
teams.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a great game to watch. Of course, I don't like the outcome. I know a lot of people are blaming the kicker, and you even say don't blame the kicker. I agree with you, though. I don't think it's the kicker's fault. We should have been in that situation.
There was opportunities the whole game to change.
But
the
here's
score.
another, the flip side to that. Sometimes it comes down where you have to rely on your kicker. Sometimes the games aren't pretty, and you got to win them anyways.
But remember, he was going to get the ball back with a minute 46 or something like this left too. So you just
And
never
they were
know.
moving the ball really well.
Yes, they were.
Josh Allen did have a great game. I know he ran in like 2. He didn't throw for as much as I would have liked to see. But man, I think 2 touchdown passes, right?
He seems when
ran 2 in.
When you're a quarterback and you're running for over 50 yards a game, and he had 72 in this game, you usually see that come off of your passing totals. You know what I mean? Because you're just doing drives now. So if you're not throwing for 70 yards every drive, you're running for 20 of them. It pulls away. So that's why he has 186 yards in this game.
What did he throw? 1 touchdown and ran 2 in?
Yeah,
Is that what it was?
Yeah, and 12 carries, 39 attempts. I mean, he was a bulk of the offense. I don't know. He has these low yardage totals, but he's clearly the focal point of this offense.
Yeah.
And
And
he's playing the game, man.
rather than say what did happen or what didn't happen and who got hurt, like, in all honesty, what do you think needs to change there? Is it a coach? We need to get a new coach? Do we need to rebuild? Do we?
I remember looking last night, and I can't remember your interim offensive coordinator's name.
The offensive Joe Brady. Yeah.
Joe Brady.
Joe Brady.
They probably just hire him next year. I don't know. I don't think it was. I don't
For
think
head coach?
No, as their offensive coordinator. I don't think he
Yeah.
did a bad job, but like entering a divisional championship or divisional playoff game with a
I think he did
interim
great.
offensive coordinator is always a little uneasy.
Well, let's put it this way: since he took over, he won every game so far,
been doing great.
except for this one.
You've been doing great.
So I think
But-
that's really good.
You don't think it affected him at all? You don't think he's like, man, I'm just the interim?
It affects everybody in Buffalo. Everybody's hurt by this one.
It's not an excuse, but it is a reason. You guys were hurt on defense, and it showed. It's not an excuse, but it is a reason.
We're a competitive team that should be in the playoffs every year, even moving forward. If we should just try to improve a few things, I don't know what we can improve. Like if the depth, we have depth on defense and offense. When you start losing all of the players and part of your depth and like second stringers, we're down to our third stringers on offense for some of those key positions.
I really think the reason he lost this game, and the only thing you have to fix going into the next year, really, besides like keeping talent and doing that stuff, I mean, you just weren't healthy.
Yeah.
I think that's the reason he lost. If you were healthy, you probably win. You probably win a fucking Super Bowl this year.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you were healthy, no team's ever going to be healthy. So maybe that's what you need to improve. Maybe it's the GM on a GM.
And what can you do with that?
To get depth?
You're going to try to just go ahead and get more depth even? I mean, I get it, but...
I mean, I like the coach, right?
Yeah.
I like the offense. We'll see who they can keep and stuff. This Shakir...
You can't
I was
argue.
talking about him with Molly's dad. He's awesome.
Yeah,
he's freaking good. He's quick. He's shifty. He's wherever you want him to be. He did have a drop, but he had that one catch he made for that first, I think it was the first down, where he was like, kind of fell for it.
I couldn't
nice
believe
pass,
he caught that.
And the guy's crunching his fucking face back this
Yeah.
way, and he's pushing this way. What a catch. Mm-hmm. And everybody's like, get on the ball. It wasn't a catch. And I was even saying
It was
that.
completely a catch.
It was completely
Never
a
came
fucking
close
catch.
to the ground, yeah.
I like the Bills. I think the
It's a team that's going to be there every season and hopefully get lucky one of these seasons.
I don't know what you're keeping and what you're not keeping for next year. I like what you have.
That's what
I
I'm
don't
saying.
think
I don't
it's-
say change a damn thing. I say we try to get healthier.
I
and
don't
we
think
try
it's
to
blow it
improve.
up. I don't think it's we need to change something drastically. No, I think you need to get healthy. You need to give it another go.
Yeah,
Next
year,
year,
need to revamp that defense a little bit. They are the second oldest defense in the league.
Well, and so, like-
Well, with the depth that we have, there's a lot of young players.
Micah
that I think
Hyde,
we
Jordan
should go
Poyer,
with.
those are old players.
They're going away anyways.
Yeah,
I mean, Poyer may or may not play next year.
Poyer's a big loss, though, dude.
I know he's so good.
He's a big loss. I don't know. We'll see. But I like the coaching. I like Josh Allen. You know I like Josh Allen. I think the offense bangs on all cylinders sometimes. I think the defense is one of the most physical defenses in the
Yeah,
league.
I don't say you switch anything. I don't say you try to get rid of the coach like people want to switch the coach out. I don't agree with
It's all
that.
about
He's gotten us
juggling
there
players.
almost every single year. How can you?
It's all about juggling players, making sure you can bring some back, replace the ones that are leaving, getting some depth, and trying it again. Going again.
I hope we keep Diggs in all honesty too. I hope he plays one more year. The guy's a fucking stud. And he's-
I think you're on the same boat as Dallas. Like Dallas, I don't think anything's way too wrong. We need to maybe you can get rid of the defensive coordinator. I wouldn't, but like they were hurt a little bit and they fucked up. But I don't think that you blow it all up. I think you try it again. Literally, do what you did again. If it doesn't work next year for Buffalo or Dallas, then all right, it's time to make a big defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator, head coach, something like this. You know, but right now,
I
try
say
it.
at least one more year for sure.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just not.
Because
looking
for
at
us to improve and go to the second round of the playoffs where we were knocked out, weren't we knocked out first one last year? No, it was second as well.
No, second.
I mean, I felt, but I did feel,
Eagles, no.
I did feel like we
I
took.
don't remember Chiefs.
I do feel like it was the Chiefs. I
It's
think.
Chiefs last year.
Beat
Yeah,
the
'cause then the
Bengals in
Chiefs-
divisional round.
Yeah, the AFC
round.
Championship.
Either way, that's neither here nor there. Okay. You know what I'm getting at, though. One more year, give it a go, get everybody healthy if that's even possible.
Because you might fuck around and win a damn thing next year. I mean, you have that. You are a Super Bowl bound team. You're playing for the Super Bowl next year as constructed. There's no ifs, ands, or
And
buts
again,
about
on
that.
the flip side of that, though, people are saying, yeah, we've been a Super Bowl team for 5-6 years. It's
Yeah.
not happening yet. What do we need to do? Let's do it now. Let's not wait.
I completely understand that. Well, we got to do something. A coordinator needs to go. A linebackers coach needs to go. Maybe it's the head coach. Maybe we need to change the wide receiver. Or
Those are the exact questions that people
that's,
are asking
you know,
right now.
That's awesome. That's great. I'm more the sense when you have a good team like this, don't fuck with it. Don't do
I
it
say
again.
the
Just
same
do it again.
thing.
Run it back.
Because it wasn't a blowout, and we could have tied it. There was a lot of options we had that they had to.
Kansas City played well. The run game was
Man,
awesome.
it come down.
James Cook a rookie too?
No, I think he's fourth year.
Oh
No, he's not.
James Cook.
Second year.
I'm looking right now. He
Second.
second year. Yeah.
That's what they need to focus on is
Running
maybe
back.
that offensive line a little bit and go with
Give
the
him
running
some
game.
more holes.
Why was is it because of injury that Kansas City was running the ball so well last night?
No, Pacheco came back. Well, he came back last
Right.
week, but
Right, but
they still use Edwards-Helaire too.
you
But
guys used to have a physical front.
he was out for a couple of games, Pacheco, and I think he just came back last week.
I don't think he's the reason they ran so well, though.
I mean,
Man.
they
I
ran.
know he's their guy.
They
but,
didn't
like,
run as well without him. I mean, Edwards-Helaire had one game where he blew up, but after that, it was kind of back and forth. And
Yeah,
Pacheco is their.
I guess they didn't run. They didn't run
Pacheco was
roughshod.
15 for 97.
And a touchdown.
He
had a long
CH,
29.
2 for 31.
And he iced the game with that.
What was
first down.
Cook? I know Cook didn't do great.
18 for 61. Allen had 12 for 72. So
You guys ran the ball 39 times.
We
guys-
tried. I mean, we gave it our all in this
You guys
game.
ran 78
We
fucking
didn't
plays.
come to this game and not play. We did. This team
This is crazy.
gave it all.
You guys ran 78 fucking plays from scrimmage. They ran 47.
I know.
Holy
How do you lose
shit.
a game like that?
They had, I told you, in the second quarter they had a stat where it was like,
Well, he had that
6
one
plays
drive
over
that was
20
3
yards.
plays for a frickin' toucher. I mean, that if you can do that, you don't have to run.
They
79
played good. It
offensive
makes me
plays.
fucking sick. This Kansas City
It does.
team.
It does. Again, this is what I'm
Well,
seeing. This is why it's been such a rivalry, and people are like,
me
"It's not
fucking
that big of a rivalry." It kind of is because we're seeing this year after year, and
Yeah.
we're seeing
These
the
are
same
capital-
results.
Not a rivalry for them.
Huh?
they need to capitalize too on some of the one thing that I took away is that touchback. They did nothing with that
Yeah.
possession after that. They
Yeah.
needed to. That would have been a statement. That might have been.
And
the
that was
game.
what I was
Yeah.
saying too. Like you throw away 3 to 7 points right there. Like actually, this could have got this. They could have won by 14. Kansas City could have won by 14.
Could have. We could have won by a touchdown if you want
Yeah.
to go that route.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're absolutely right. So it was heartbreaking, you know, for you, I know, and for me too, because I don't want to see Kansas
What
City.
do I always say? I'm looking forward to next season, man.
Well, as a Browns fan, I know that.
See,
very
I
well.
think that's That's your problem. The football
It's not
guys
my
don't
problem.
like that. With 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter, you're texting out, better luck next season. I think
No,
the
he's
football-
got-
No,
You fucking gave up.
I did not say better
You
luck. I
fucking
said
gave up.
good
It was
season.
me who said this game's not fucking over. I asked. I was like, did somebody
I
get
said
hurt?
good season.
I think the football
It's,
guys
I said the
frown
Bills.
upon that.
It was a good season. The Bills gave us a good season. I'm happy about it. I knew it was over at that point. I knew it.
But
I've
it
seen
wasn't.
this game so many times. It was.
Were you working on something? Did you pull the sailor's cock out of your mouth and go, you know, it's just
I was at TGI Fridays.
There you
Thank
were.
you very much.
Yep.
Well, they got those 2-for-1 appetizers.
Oh, we lost.
2-for-1 appetizers, then you
And
go
he's
out and
like-
do 2-for-1 handsies in the parking lot.
You're like, we're out. Oh, sorry.
Come on, wake up, get back.
$4
to work,
on
kid.
this. Let's go. So yeah, you know, Kevin, let's do a shot. Let's do a shot
Yeah.
for the Bills.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's do a shot for the Bills.
Ooh, you gotta cut that. That's not staying on.
What's that? When you shit yourself when you stood up? Listen, we have a rule on this show. I don't know if I've ever told you guys this. I think I said it to the camera before.
Oh yeah. Oh, that was a
If you shit yourself on camera on
you
the
have
show,
to marinate in it.
you
The
have to
whole
marinate
shit.
in it, and we get to hit you up for it. Tell you how big of a shithead you are. Or
Hey, how did DeMar Hamlin have a rush?
And it was terrible.
was it a fumble recovery?
They were trying to get him.
I don't think
No,
that's
there
it.
was a play
Yeah.
they devised. They were trying to do some trick play to get a first down.
He had one carry for 2 yards.
Yeah, and he got hammered.
How did I miss
They
that?
didn't take it easy on him either. They tackled his ass hard.
Bad joke to say.
Say it.
The hit he took almost stopped my heart.
Oh,
Bad joke.
Adam, you gotta cut that.
Don't cut that.
We'll
Don't
get
cut
canceled.
it. For what?
I don't think that's cancelable.
He got 2 yards on it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
There you go, DeMar.
Too bad he didn't get 3. That's his number.
He made a couple tackles and special teams and stuff too. I mean, he was on the field. He played.
Good.
Good for him.
Good.
He's not the comeback player of the year though.
No, of course not.
Okay, so it's not even. I don't even want to
Joe Flacco?
entertain that.
Let's
fucking.
let's hand him his respect though for
Absolutely.
getting on the field this
Well,
year.
for having the balls to go through that and then come back and play again, that's a lot.
Next year.
And even if he was just practicing or playing practice squad, but fuck that. If that happened to me, I'd be fucking knitting sweaters or something.
And
Fuck
wasn't
that
it like
shit.
kind of? Oh, it was a couple weeks before this time that it had happened. Wasn't it in late December
It
that it happened?
had
Because it was right
playoff
before the playoff.
implications.
Yeah, it was.
a
It was
Cincinnati
week
Bengals
17.
game, yep.
So whatever week 17 was when it.
And I
happened.
remember like the draw was like, well, they just fucked Cincinnati or it fucked somebody and helped somebody. I remember that because it was late.
They fucked themselves. Is
Hey,
what happened.
We're gonna go on to other games, but to your fucking Bills.
Shalom to the Bills.
I like that Shakir. I like that guy.
And what I was just one more thing about him. What I was worried about too is so Gabe Davis comes back next season.
Yeah.
Does that put Shakir on the back burner again, or does he get a say?
These guys-
Because he said, I mean, he's outstanding. He's better than
These guys run
he's
the
better than
practices.
Gabe
They'll
Davis.
be able to see these guys work every day. I like Shakir better, but that doesn't mean I know his work ethic. That doesn't mean I know how he runs routes. Doesn't mean I think he's better.
Well, I think that's we see how his work ethic.
Sometimes,
and how he
like,
runs routes.
okay, so you remember this season when the Browns played the Jets for that thing. Oh, what happened here? The Jets game. Amari wasn't playing, right? So we thrusted Elijah Moore into that thing. Now Elijah Moore has done
How
nothing.
did he like being thrusted?
Let me get through this.
All right.
Elijah Moore all season hadn't really done much, and I think it's because our offense is geared towards the number one receiver and the tight end.
I don't
the number
think he's
2, 3
good.
receivers
I
don't
don't
get
think
much.
he's that
Listen,
good.
just listen though. But when Elijah Moore was put into Cooper's spot, because remember we found out like 2 days before, hey, Cooper's not playing, so
Yeah.
they didn't like change their game plan. They ran
Right.
what they were going to run with Cooper, but just
With
inserted
Elijah Moore.
Elijah.
How did he do
fucking
it?
thrived.
Really?
So like
I don't think he's that
so
great.
so when bringing this back to Gabe Davis and Shakir, they're just like, you know what, we're gonna do the same thing we always do. We're just gonna put you in it instead of trying to get you plays, and he does fucking well. Sometimes you can't cater to these players. You just run your offense and you put them in what they're
But
supposed to be
Shakir's
doing.
done it since Gabe Davis has been hurt, and really before that too. I
Like
mean,
if Shakir's your third wide receiver, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you have plays that you run for the second guy and everything like that, and you just go instead of knowing he's our second and running different plays, we're gonna run the same fucking shit. He's just gonna be doing it now,
Doesn't-
and he does good.
he does great.
Like I don't know.
And even with the 2 tight end sets, when we put Knox and Kincaid, he's not going to get a lot of play time. But when he's the wide receiver too,
I like you brought that up. 2 wide receiver sets. I got a theory for the Browns drafting this kid out of fucking Iowa.
What's his name?
I don't know. I'll have to check
Oh,
it out.
okay.
I just know he's really, really good. And I was thinking about it the other day because I know
do you know
Stefanski
what
goes
college
two tight
he's
end
at?
stats. So in later shows, when we have nothing to talk about, we're going to bring up some draft stuff when I fucking educate
Well,
myself.
draft will be coming up in a.
I
When's the
think
draft?
the Browns,
April, May?
April.
April. There you
the
go.
Browns get another good tight end. Njoku, they ran two tight end stats.
Yeah, but
and
Njoku,
they run
how
the
old is
ball.
he
And they
now?
fucking. Oh no, he's fine. He's inked for several years. He's good. We're good. He's in his second contract. He's been in the league 5 years.
Okay, so
He's
only
got another
26,
6 years.
He's good. All right.
We're straight. He's
I
gonna be a
like
Brown.
Njoku.
Oh man.
I like him.
Oh, man. But yeah, that'll be for a later show. I got a little theory brewing. It's not finished yet. Brewing.
All right, next game. What's the next game?
Let's start right back at the beginning. Let's go back to Saturday at 4 o'clock or whatever the fuck it started. Houston at Baltimore. Now remember, I picked Houston last week. I really did think those weeks off were going to hurt Baltimore, and particularly Lamar Jackson. I thought he was going to get popped.
It did in the beginning.
By a defense that's been playing for they haven't played.
Well,
in
he
3
did
weeks.
get popped the whole first quarter.
But he's healthy. And then he ran for 100 yards and 2 touchers and did his fucking thing. And
But I
Baltimore did what everybody really thought they were going to do.
Texans, if that defense would have really stepped up to the plate that game, they might have had a way better chance. Because it was neck and neck. And then you just let Baltimore, and then you let Baltimore come back. And I think they went in there and had a talk with Lamar, and he pumped himself up and pumped everybody up, and that's why they
played
came out.
fucking good. And this is what I'm talking about. He 16 for 22, 152 and 2 touchers. Okay, 152 yards, but he had 100 rushing. So when you're rushing like this, like I just said for Allen, when you're putting
He rushed for 100 that game too.
11 carries for 102 touches. With
That
23
man can
is his
move.
longest. When you are rushing for over 50, 60 yards a game, it takes away from your passing total, but it just adds to the aura of what a fucking game. You have 4 total touchdowns. He's responsible for 4 touchdowns.
I'm going to be honest. I believe that they are the team that goes to the bowl. I think that they can easily take out the Chiefs. Easily. And
Hey, so I thought their tight end was back.
No,
Mark
next
Andrews.
week.
He's not.
Next week.
Okay, because he didn't register a stat. I thought he was playing this game.
No.
Isaiah Likely has
he
a
returned to
touchdown.
practice.
he's been in and out all season.
I'll tell you what,
Something going on
this
with him.
Isaiah Likely.
He
is
was
a- is a
out at the
player.
beginning of the season
He was?
for a couple of games. Yeah,
I don't recall
I don't
that,
recall
but
pretty sure.
I remember the big one. I put him out.
what's that? Yeah.
But I don't remember him being out.
I'm pretty sure he was out for a game or two this.
Well, this
this
Isaiah
season.
Likely has
Where he was
likely
injured.
become a good starter in this league.
So when you
in the
get
last
Andrews
5
back,
weeks.
there's another 2 tight ends
I don't know,
that
man.
you might need to worry
Dude,
about.
yeah, that's a fucking problem.
That'd be
Because they run a
stupid.
pistol with 2 tight ends,
When you
and
got
you
these
don't know
tight
who's
ends
running the
that
ball,
are-
and then these guys can fucking. It's a fucking problem. Like last night when the Bills ran that open formation, and
Mm-hmm.
it's just Allen back there, and they're on the 5-yard line. How do you defend that play? You cannot. The one he ran in.
Props to the
You
Chiefs.
you cannot fucking defend that play because if he steps up, like the only way is you have to beat the center or the guard. You have to beat them heavily and get penetration and sack him before he makes a decision. Because if he rolls out and you come up to get him, then he tosses it to the dump. He tosses it over the middle. He tosses it to the back of the end zone.
He did
if
that
you don't,
so well
he's
last
fucking
night.
gone.
He did it so well
There's
last
like
night.
it's got to be like a 5% efficiency
Did
rating
you
on
see some of
defense to
those
stop
lateral
that play.
pass? He did
Insane.
a lateral pass twice where I was sure they were throwing flags.
Oh,
on him.
bro!
2 of them he had.
The one I thought
None
he was
of them-
still running. I thought he fumbled. The one of the running back. I was like, "What the fuck just happened?" I was, and he was waiting so that the linebacker would come to him because he's
And
like,
as soon as that linebacker charged, he was like, "Dude."
There was two dudes right here. Josh Allen's right here, and this linebacker's like, "I don't know if I should go yet." He's like, "Fucking, I'll go." And he went doink.
Yeah.
It was fucking, and I was still looking at Josh. I was like, "What the fuck happened?"
Well, he had 2 lateral
Awesome,
passes
man.
like
Awesome
that
play.
where he was right, and they were showing it too. Like he was right at the line of scrimmage as it's coming out.
The shuffle. I was like, "That's a I was like, "You fucking idiot! You're 3 yards over." And then Molly's dad's like, "No, you can throw it behind the thing." And I was like, "Listen, this is just blew my mind. I don't know the rules on that shit."
No, a lot of people.
It
Don't.
was fucking awesome.
Yeah. So
But
again,
back to the
Baltimore Texans.
2 tight end pistol formation. They can fucking run because Likely's a G now.
Well,
Woof.
and here's what I'm saying about like the
How do
2
you
tight
defend it?
ends. I mean, when you got 2 tight ends that are actually wide receivers, because that's what they end up looking like.
And one of them that can block well. I mean, come on, man. And then you have your running back.
That's a defensive nightmare
You
to
don't-
try to hold.
If you know it's a run, you still don't know if you can defend it because you don't know who's getting the ball. If you don't know if it's a pass or a run, I mean, dude, you're in fucking trouble, dude. You're in fucking trouble.
Yep.
That's nuts. They played like we thought they were going to play, though, right? Pretty fucking good. I was hoping they wouldn't. I actually thought that Houston had a shot in this game.
I'm
I
telling
really
you,
did, but-
look at the first 2 quarters. I thought that was going to be a different outcome.
19 for 33, 175.
But let's not. Let's
No
not take it away
turnovers.
from C.J. Stroud. What a hell of a season
Dude,
for
I
that
need a
guy.
jersey. I need a jersey.
You gonna get one?
Yeah. And it's going to say chance of meatballs on the back. It's not going to say Stroud.
with a chance of deep balls.
Deep balls, yeah.
I'm gonna coin that. No, but anyways,
They're boing it.
I will get if you get one, I'll get one for next season too, and we can wear it on certain Texans days when.
He's a hell of a player. He's just fun to. He made a fan out of me. Early in the season.
He's fun to watch.
I know he beat the shit out of us. That's
the
okay.
thing. When you have these young players come in the game and they are extremely fun to watch, and
I'm an Ohio State fan. I didn't like him in Ohio State. I liked him in the Georgia game. I was like, damn, he actually can play. Fuck.
yeah, the guy's got a amazing career ahead of him. I believe in the future. If it's not with this team, maybe he gets traded in the future if they keep sucking.
CJ?
And, and I think he's going to be in
Keep
the Super Bowl.
sucking. They're in the divisional round of the playoffs when they weren't supposed
what are
to.
you
They were
talking
supposed
about?
to win 4 to 5 games.
I guess it's from what was expected of them.
They-
I know they're a good team. I'm not saying they're
I'll tell you also why they're a good team. That coach is awesome.
D'Amico.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he's going to lose Coach of the Year to
Where's he
Stefanski, and I think he should.
He was a player. I don't know.
D'Amico Ryans. He was a player. He played linebacker for the fucking
the Texans?
Yeah, he played for a couple people.
You noticed that a lot lately? Like, a lot of teams, they're bringing within players that used to play for them to coach.
And I think this has happened before, and we've kind of let it go. Not as much as it's happening now, yes, but they're doing it. Gerard Mayo. Mike Vrabel was one.
Do you see, like, it's starting to happen?
Who's the guy that's part or CEO or GM, or not GM? The old white safety that's for San Francisco. Does he own a team now? What the fuck is his name?
Damn, I don't know.
Well, I'll get off topic. So just gonna
Either way, he was a player.
He was a safety. Now he's a front office GM or something, or he's part owner. I don't know what he is.
So,
Lynch.
Was a player?
Yeah, he was a fucking really good safety.
Moving forward, do you think Baltimore
What's his
can
name, John Lynch?
take out the Chiefs, or
Yeah, Baltimore beats everybody. Baltimore wins fucking
think,
Super Bowl.
you think so?
I mean, they beat everybody, right?
You
Purdy
think so?
Purdy looked like shit yesterday. Was
But
it
his
yesterday? Or
team
the day
is
before?
really good.
Yes, but Purdy is rattlable. If you want to beat 49ers,
You gotta beat Purdy.
you let McCaffrey do whatever he wants to do. My MVP for the
He's
NFL
gonna
football
score
league,
no matter what.
McCaffrey. He's gonna get 100 yards and do his fucking
Really?
thing.
Over?
And every game, he can do it every game, and he's probably
You think
going
over a
to.
quarterback?
So
You
just
think it
let
goes to
him
McCaffrey?
Oh God, yes.
So when we were talking about this weeks ago, McCaffrey was one of our picks, wasn't he?
Yes, and
We
I've
both
never
said
wavered
McCaffrey,
from him.
and I
I've
think
never
and who was the
wavered.
other pick? Was it Lamar or
Yeah, Lamar. We have McCaffrey.
anybody else we had up there?
Yeah, I think early on.
I think at the time they were saying Brock too, but I mean that
they were, and actually for a week it was like
So,
Brock over McCaffrey, and I was pissing all over.
Are you
that.
sticking? Are you sticking with McCaffrey still then?
He's my league MVP.
Yeah, he is for sure.
I think he beats out Lamar because honestly,
Anytime that guy's freaking healthy for a whole season, you got to watch out for that team, man.
I think Lamar isn't as good if the defense isn't as good. I don't think he's the most valuable player.
But you just
He's
said they
he might
beat
be the most
everybody. You
valuable
just
player
said
on
they beat
Baltimore.
everybody. You think if they play San Fran, maybe San Fran wins?
Yeah, but part of that is because like if they play San Fran, the way they win that game is they take Brock Purdy out of the game.
If
he
they
has
play-
nothing to do with it.
If they play Detroit, then yes. I like Detroit as the NFC favorite. I like them trying to win a Super Bowl. And
They were
deserve
so
it.
wishy-washy.
But if they
in
end
the
up
regular
playing
season,
Baltimore, so if they play Kansas
scary.
City, I think they could beat Kansas City. I think so. I think Kansas City's a beatable team. I know my team just shit the bed to them, but I think they're a beatable team. I think they're hurt.
I did too. And
I
they
think there's
came
things
in, they
wrong
beat
with
the
them.
Dolphins in the cold, and they came in,
I
they beat
know.
the Bills.
They have something to prove. They got a chip on their fucking shoulder. If they go to the Super Bowl and play Detroit, I don't think they win that game. Now, if Baltimore goes and plays Detroit, I think that's going to be one of the best Super Bowls we could see.
I think the Chiefs got this cool thing going on, and I hate to say cool with them, but like the players are
I was
good
just gonna
enough.
say, what are you
The
talking
players are good enough to lock in and realize like this is serious now. We got to stop being little bitches, even though they are all little bitches. And the coaches over there, Andy Reid's an all-time.
Hey, real quick thing too.
Oh,
It was
man.
funny. I saw they had there was like this 8-9-year-old kid holding a picture of when Taylor Swift's walking with Kelsey and sees Ellen and she's like that.
Yeah.
And Taylor Swift was walking in and was looking at it and saw it. And
Hey,
they took a picture of it. And
did
they
you
were
see
like,
She did?
Kelsey's
Yeah, she
brother?
saw it.
What the hell is the other kid?
Jason jumping out shirtless and
Ah,
partying.
I love
Yeah.
that guy. I know he's an Eagle, right? But that was
man.
fucking fun.
You know, you got to give it to the
Retiring or
Chiefs.
No, he's retired, and he got pissed because somebody leaked it.
Well,
He did retire.
He
he
was going to, and somebody leaked it.
so now he might not.
Yeah.
He can't go play for the Eagles with a Chiefs hat on. There's more pictures
What
of
if he
him with
goes
a
and
Chiefs
plays?
hat with a shirt on
What
than
if
there
he
already
goes?
with a jersey.
What if he goes and plays with the Chiefs?
What are you gonna do?
No, he'll be
Dude,
back. He's
no.
not playing
He's
for anybody but
36.
the
His
Eagles.
body's in question. He's not gonna go take fucking league minimum to go play
Did
for
you
the
say he's
Chiefs.
36?
36.
He can do it still.
Come on, man.
Not with that
Oh,
tush
man.
push, man. That's
Come on, bro.
that's
Bro.
hard on you, bro.
No, he's a center, dude.
Did you watch the documentary?
He's not a kicker.
He's pretty tough, man.
No,
I think he could go one more year if he wanted to. I think he could.
Yeah, I'm sure he could, but I'm sure he doesn't want to.
Maybe you're right. Doesn't he have like 3 kids?
I don't know. He does?
He does? 3
Yeah,
girls or
they're
something?
all like, Daddy's a werewolf. He's like, yeah, fuck yeah. And then did you see he jumped out of the box? He went in there, drank a couple beers, talked some shit, slapped some guy's hand, and he like fucking like jumped right back in. This is a big guy with some skill.
I
Well,
kind
it was
of like
funny.
that.
It took me a while
it.
because they kept showing.
You didn't see
Swift.
Taylor getting out there and
Fuck that
slapping
guy.
hands.
No, but they kept showing the box whenever Kelsey would do something, and you would. Whoever was sitting
And he was
next to
going like
Kelsey
this the
was
whole game
Brittany,
too. He kept doing this to Taylor,
and you
then
would
she's
just
like,
see, and you wouldn't see his face. So I was like, "Who the fuck is sitting behind Taylor?" And then it took like to the end of the
Who
game.
was
I
it?
was like, it was Jason.
"Oh,
Yeah, rip that fucking shirt.
All
Yeah.
you would just see
he's a
you would
monster."
see Taylor Swift, Brittany
Yeah.
Mahomes, and then behind them there was just this big
Hulky
shirtless
man.
guy, but his face was always like it was always.
Blocked.
Brittany's face was right in front of him, so
Yeah.
you couldn't see who it was.
Did you see he was
Who
slamming
is
the
the
bats
Hulk
too?
behind
What's that?
Brittany?
He was slamming the black blue lights too.
Yeah, I
he
didn't
had a blue
notice
light
that.
can in his head. He's fucking slamming blue lights.
I love it.
Love it.
The guy had a great time. I bet he ate some wings too.
Dude, listen, I'll wear a Chiefs jersey if I have to go hang out with him.
No.
I'd go hang out with him. If he's like, dude, listen, we're gonna go kick in the box and you're coming, but you gotta put this Mahomes jersey on.
No,
Dude,
I'll put him.
I'll put the socks on too, homie. Let's go kick
I'll put
it.
him on auto
Wouldn't he
one
want
on.
you to put a Kelsey jersey on?
I don't care. I'll put his jersey. I'll put
No.
whatever he wants me to do. I'll go kick it with him.
Fuck off.
We're gonna slam the bad blues and get fucked up. Are you kidding me? I'll go hang out with him. God damn, it'd be a blast.
He's not gonna
Dude,
make you
he'd
put a
wreck me.
Mahomes jersey on or a Kelsey jersey on.
I'm saying if that was a stipulation, I would fucking do it. 'Cause I want to kick it with that guy. Especially after that.
You want to blow him, don't you?
Dude, honestly, I think he should be in the running for the new Wolverine movies. I think it looks great. That's when I think of Wolverine, I think of that body. I'll regenerate. Fuck it. It's okay.
No.
Do what I want.
No.
Nothing hurts. Poor Texans.
All right. Yeah.
Poor
What's
Texans.
the next
Bright
one?
future though. Same with the Packers.
Dude, really bright. Like extremely
God.
great coach.
Do you-
Great quarterback. Defensive line is on point. Need to
Wouldn't
fix
you
the
like,
secondary.
and not in a Super Bowl, but wouldn't you like to see? Did the Texans get to play Green Bay this year at all, or no?
If not, they probably will.
Will, so
their
you don't
schedules
think?
are already out for next year, so I don't know. But
I want to see that.
Dude, he rains meatballs and deep balls all over.
Because
that
they said
fucking-
Green Bay's the youngest team in the NFL.
Yeah.
What about the Texans?
By average.
They're pretty young, right? Other than Dalton Schultz.
I don't know.
Singletary's getting older, but I mean,
don't
a lot of that. I mean, Damian Pierce is in his second year. He sucks now, but
Hey, he runs punts now. They just fucking kicked him out.
he's gonna be back. Watch, he's gonna be back in that role soon. He's gonna get better as long as he has.
yeah,
a
he
good
goes to Tennessee.
Ooh, I don't know about. Why you think Henry's out?
He is out. He took the mic at his last game and told everybody thank you.
They're kind of
Derrick Henry?
You didn't see
No!
this? At the last game when they beat who did they beat the Jags. They beat the Jags, remember?
Yeah. He said that's it. He's
I
done.
think
He's not.
no,
retired,
he didn't
is
go
he?
like, "Hey, it's all over. I'm out of here." But what he did was, and I've never seen a player do this. He took a microphone and went to the entire stadium. He stood at the fucking center of the field and he thanked the fans for everything.
Who was this?
Derrick Henry.
Oh yeah, well.
And he told him it was great playing for him. He appreciates everything. And he
Well,
loves you all.
is that just
and-
because his contract's up this year, or
Yeah.
maybe?
Is it, dude? He's gone. He's fucking
Do
gone.
you think he's gonna play again, or
I think if he was going to play for the
Like-
Texans, he wasn't going to do that microphone thing.
Titans?
What did I say?
Texans.
Titans.
Well, let's see where Vrabel ends up, and then maybe.
He's going to end up as defensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys. Fucking,
I think Vrabel's
I'll
going to
put
New
fucking
England.
$100 on it right now.
I think Vrabel's going to New
They're
England.
not getting rid
Oh,
of.
do you think they're going to fire the coach they just hired? To rehire?
Who did they take?
They took Gerard Mayo. He's their coach.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He's a
That's right.
linebacker coach.
That's right.
Yeah.
I forgot. But he could still go there and be a coordinator.
I don't know that anybody's. Maybe it's
Why-
not Dallas.
But Dan Quinn's out of
So Seattle wants him.
New
as
England.
a head coach or
Head coach.
okay.
So I think that's very. Even though he's the highest paid defensive coordinator right now, I think, and you know, I'm privy to Molly's dad when he's
Right.
laying down. That's what he's a big Dallas fan. That's what he's
Yeah.
saying right now. He's like, dude, they gotta blame somebody. They just had a meeting with McCarthy. They're not gonna get rid of McCarthy.
So they
know that now.
blamed the defensive coordinator. They're not
They're
getting rid of
going
McCarthy?
to kick somebody out. Somebody's gonna have to pay.
I
the
mean,
piper
again,
here.
I agree with that. He just got him to the damn playoffs. McCarthy did. So why are you getting rid of him? You know?
And so they'll cut a lot of money off. Not that it matters.
Unless
'cause
he's
the coaches
extremely
don't go
highly
against cap.
paid, like then I guess maybe.
He's the highest paid defensive coordinator in the league. The guy from Dallas. What the hell is his name?
Dan Quinn.
So, and you know, that Super Bowl loss was pretty fucking big, and that's why he's being the defensive coordinator. But Pete Carroll's there. Remember, he used to work for Pete Carroll.
Pete Carroll's done, though, right?
He was the defensive coordinator when the fucking Legion of Boom was there.
Pete
Carroll's
say
allegedly staying on.
He's going to
That's what you were telling me. That's cool, though.
He's going to be an executive now.
Unless he finds another job. He didn't. It sounds to me like he did not.
He don't want another job.
I
He wants to
disagree.
sit in the office.
I disagree.
Doesn't
I
he
don't
have-
think you're right. He
Why?
fought for that job.
He might want to be a practice squad quarterback. But I don't think he wants to coach anymore.
But if he's an advisor, can he still do that? Like warm up with the team and stuff?
Yeah.
Whatever he wants to. He can be down there every day if he wants
Right?
to. And
I
he's
like
familiar
Pete
with
Carroll,
Dan Quinn.
man.
I
I
think
always
Dan
liked
Quinn
him.
goes to fucking Seattle.
How many Super Bowls does Pete Carroll have? Just one with Russell Wilson?
They got 2.
They got 2 with Russell?
They do. No, they lost the one to the Patriots.
Didn't they go to 3 and lost?
Did he have one with anybody
I can
else?
only think of
Who's the
one.
quarterback before Russell in Seattle? Anybody know?
Well, they played.
It was Hasselbeck.
Hasselbeck! That's what it was! How'd you know that,
Well, he
dude?
knew it too. We said it at the same time.
They lost to the Steelers, so I don't think of it. I don't
You said
know
it
any
first.
other
Thank you.
time that they were
Come on, baby.
in the Super Bowl. Or they lost another one, didn't they?
Alright, we're getting off topic. Green Bay, San Fran. Let's talk
It's
about
tough though. That's why I like this show. That
He's
we're
gonna
sitting here
lead
talking
by
about
one.
Seattle fucking.
He's going to
history.
lead by 1.
What's that?
Yeah, we got an hour and a half.
Alright, is that enough time?
Yeah,
Yeah, we're good.
we're fine.
Alright. Green Bay, San Fran?
Well, hold on. Now I'm on Seattle.
Oh,
No, I'm just
sorry.
kidding.
Okay.
No, you're right. Let's get back on track. You're right.
Alright, let's get on track.
Good job, out of you.
Alright, thank you.
Dude, Green Bay could have won this fucking game. They dropped a couple of picks.
They were winning it at halftime, were they not?
No.
Like 20-3 or something?
No.
Okay, no, but it was okay. So
was
6 to
6-7.
Get your
7.
big old fucking. It was 6.
Then they. That's the third quarter is when they really put it on them.
Yeah, but this point here, the first half, is when
31
they
to
dropped all those
freaking
picks.
14. I thought they had it.
They played way outside their bounds. This fucking. But Brock Purdy had a bad game. He looked like shit. I mean, I know he made some throws and eventually
win's a win,
got them
though,
to
right?
it. Yes, a win's a win. 256 or 255, 23 to 39, 255, 1 toucher. He rushed 6 times for 14. He didn't have a turnover in the game, so that's great. But he looked tentative. He made some bad throws, and he looked like he was uncomfortable for a lot of it. And that's the way you beat these guys, and they almost did it. Honestly, if this was a better team, and they're just Green Bay's just not that great of a team.
What
they're
happened was-
good, but they're young and they make mistakes. They didn't make mistakes. They could play
Purdy looked like crap. McCaffrey shouldered the team in the fourth quarter to win
as
that
he's
game.
done all fucking year. 17 carries,
MVP.
98 yards,
I
2
totally
touches,
agree he's the MVP.
7 catches. He was targeted 12 fucking times in
He
the
had 2
last-
touchdowns, didn't he?
He had 2 touchdowns
Yeah.
rushing.
Yeah.
And he also added
And the one he got in the fourth
30
quarter,
yards
he
on
earned
receiving.
it.
Debo got hurt.
Yeah. He'll be fine next week.
Dude.
He's fine.
Every time Debo gets hurt,
Debo.
Purdy shrinks. He does, dude. I mean, look what the Browns did to him.
Like
this
he's at a pool party in a blizzard.
He too, like... Nice joke, man. Nice joke. When they played the Browns this year, Debo went out, second quarter? I think McCaffrey went out too, like late.
Yeah.
Quarter. It didn't fucking matter about that. Brock Purdy had like 87 yards against us total or something like this before that last drive that it went down.
He's
This
looked like
total.
shit in a few games, so.
If you take him out, the 49ers lose. That's just how it is. The
This
defense
is
is
why
good.
all the
right?
pundits, all the talking heads say he's a system quarterback. So
And he
Yeah,
is. And he's
I don't know
a
what's wrong with
relatively
that.
good one as well. Let's not. I don't want to poo-poo him completely.
Extremely good.
I think he deserves
If
a
you're gonna
starting
call him a
job.
system
yeah, that's what I
quarterback.
say. I don't know what's wrong with that.
I mean, this is a guy who's. I'm assuming he's in there reviewing the tapes. He's in there
Well,
early.
this team's built correctly. Brandon Ayuk, really good receiver, number 2. Debo Samuel can do anything you ask him to do. Absolutely anything. McCaffrey,
if they
best
go-
running back in the fucking
If
league.
they win this Super Bowl, he will be the best systematic,
Large.
shitty quarterback.
Game
Very
manager.
large offensive line.
Because that's what he does. And a lot of the times he's handing it off to the best running back that's probably ever played in the game.
I don't know if he's the best. McCaffrey's
Who do you like better?
he's
Barry
probably
Sanders?
one of the best.
Emmett Smith?
Falk?
I mean,
He's probably
Falk?
one of the best
Marshall Falk?
multi
I wasn't going to
two-way
go there, but
players.
okay.
Falk.
Falk has some records, but I don't know if I like him as much as
I missed what you
McCaffrey.
said. What you
I
said?
said McCaffrey's probably the best running back, but he's probably one of the best two-way players that has ever done it.
I agree. I do think he's the best running back in the league, but Jesus Christ, he's
He's
just...
a fucking great receiver
What
too.
the fuck, man? He runs hard.
He probably
He's
blocks.
shifty. He does everything well. Maybe he's not the best at anything particularly. He does everything extremely well.
Yeah.
He catches, he runs routes, he blocks, he runs between the tackles, he runs off tackles,
His girlfriends
he takes
are hot.
tosses. I mean, he does everything. He's got
He
great
does.
vision. He's got great lucidity. He's got great
I
speed,
was,
great quickness.
I was cracking up. You see the Asian guy sitting there, like, massaging his quads the whole time. It's so funny.
Where? What?
Oh, massaging
During the
McCaffrey's
game.
quads?
During the game. Always. Always something.
Keep your quads hot and warm.
You're going a little high there, buddy. You're going a little high.
Happy ending?
You're going a
He's
little
got the
high.
hot towel for him. He's just slapping the hot towel
It's
on.
all right, get the 10 up, and I'll pay you this time. All right, get the 10, but I'm not going to pay you.
Rub your feet.
Okay, but no eyes.
Going through the accent.
Yeah. We can cut that,
You
right?
did an accent earlier.
I did not.
Yes, you did.
We can cut all that, right?
Listen, out of most racist
Rub
people
your-
on this show,
Rub your
he's
feet,
sitting on
McCaffrey.
camera, okay?
Rub your feet. Make it feel good. You can cut all that, right?
I do the cuts.
You better cut it.
What's wrong with a?
You can't
A
do
nice-
that. You want us to get canceled?
It's funny. It doesn't change how
For
I
me
feel
and
about
you.
people. It's funny.
It is funny, but
Stereotypical white things are funny.
maybe
Stereotypes are funny.
I don't think people are going to see it humorous.
I don't think they should be thrusted into mainstream fucking society, but I think they should be kept around because they're fucking funny. Stereotypes
Yeah, I mean-
are funny.
So McCaffrey's over there on the sidelines. That's why he does so good. He gets his quads waxed the whole time while he's sitting on the sidelines.
Are you gonna bring up the handy thing again?
I'm trying to find it. It's so funny.
Oh, man. But I mean,
Don't do an accent.
hey, can I ask you a question though? Is this something that's happening with a lot of running backs, or is
I
this
don't know.
just
It's
something
just the
he's
fact that they focus on, obviously, because he's a superstar.
But
they
you
focus
would.
on him.
Is the guy looking at him the whole time too? Like,
No, McCaffrey's like
No,
watching
but
the game, and the guy's on
This
his
makes
knees.
sense. You want him to be loose.
well, it's because he was squatting doing it, and McCaffrey said, on your knees.
All right.
I won't have that. Get on your knees. You're gonna do it right. Hey, Green Bay had a
I'm gonna
great
show you the cream of some young guy.
That's nasty.
I cannot find the video, but here's unless this is gonna be it.
Hey, Green Bay had a great season.
Green Bay-
They shouldn't have been here, and they were because they are good.
No,
enough.
they should be there. They
They
freaking
are
earned it
good
the
enough.
whole season. And Love's an amazing
Dude,
quarterback.
Love
No
had-
matter
Love
what you
just
say
as
now.
a-
Love.
Watch this team next year. They will be in the
I'll get
playoffs
yours.
again.
Look at him.
Oh my
Ain't that
god!
stereotypical and funny though? That is awesome. That's
Oh
fucking
my
hilarious.
god! Did you see him?
McCaffrey's trying not to look at him.
you
He's
see
trying
his
to.
teeth,
He's trying to
too?
make contact.
His teeth are coming out, dude. He's like,
He looks like a monk.
he looks like he just chopped some wood. Chop his wood. Like, did you see that picture? He's like,
No, I didn't fucking see it, Kevin.
you don't have to spit
I'm
on
sorry.
me about it.
I didn't spit.
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. That's funny. That's so fun. Look at
Oh,
him
this,
too.
this is action shot.
Look,
Did they bring the 10 over?
McCaffrey won't look him in the eyes. He's like, look me in the eyes. You want happy ending, you look me in the eyes. Look at how it looks like he's jerking him
Dude,
off.
that is fucking gross.
Looks like he's
They should have showed the whole thing because now it does look like he's getting jerked
It
off.
looks like that.
On TV,
And
when they
McCaffrey's
were
like this.
on TV, they were showing the whole. So whoever made this,
Oh
McCaffrey's like, I
my
gotta look like I'm
God.
not fucking enjoying this. McCaffrey's like, that guy's enjoying it.
cropped it out.
Oh my god. It looks like he's shaking the damn president's hand for the first time. Nice to meet you, Mr. President.
That's fucking awesome.
Oh my god.
Hey, Jordan Love, though, yes, I'll get a jersey. He's fucking awesome. But I will tell you this.
Don't say it.
He had some abysmal games this year.
He's
He had some bad.
his first year's taking
And
the
you know what?
reins, isn't
I
it?
give 90% of the credit. I give 75% of the credit to Jordan Love.
I like
The rest of it goes to the coach. LaFleur is a fucking quarterback whisperer, and he's pulling this out of him too.
How old is LaFleur?
And that's why
Do
you
know-
saw
do you know
the
how
bad
old
games.
LaFleur is?
No, I don't.
I know he's younger than me. He looks like a freaking teenager.
Dude, he's awesome. He's a good coach. He's just a good
Can
coach.
you look that
Question, how
LaFleur?
old is
You
he?
probably know how old he is. What is he? 31 or something?
They're in a
Yeah,
better
he's not that
situation
young.
now having
Is he
Love and
19?
LaFleur than they were with McCarthy and fucking Aaron Rodgers. For sure. I believe that completely.
Mm-hmm.
He's 44.
He looks great for his age. I thought the dude was like late 20s.
Dude, 44 is not that old.
Yes, it is.
I think that became a thing. I think just like now they're going through the players and hiring them for a while. Matt LaFleur, Mike McDaniels,
Who the
Yeah,
fuck did
all these
LaFleur play
guys.
for? Green Bay?
No, I'm saying different trend.
Oh,
they were
okay.
hiring all of these offensive gurus that were very young.
Well, LaFleur was a good pickup. He's good, man. I like him.
Who else?
I think
He's going to take Green Bay
I think
somewhere.
he pulled a lot out of Love.
I could see them in a Super Bowl within the next 5 years.
That's why you saw him do so poorly in the beginning and then come alive at the end, Love. Because that's all coaching. Not all coaching, but that's a lot of coaching, man. And I know we had a fight about this with the Brady Belichick thing. Did you see the shit I sent you in the group chat?
Yeah.
Where Brady was
Yeah,
like, I
I
wouldn't
did.
be here if it wasn't for Belichick.
Yeah, I know.
Coaching has a lot to do with it. You've got to know that, right?
And sometimes you just
Maybe
click.
less or more.
Sometimes they click, and sometimes they don't. And I think that's what Belichick's issue was these past couple years.
But to your
Matt
credit,
Jones is no Tom Brady.
Love has the talent to fucking do it. This
He's
kid's a good
really
quarterback.
good. He's the kid, and I'm telling you, Fields is going to be somebody too. He's going to be. Might not be with the Bears. He might be on the wrong
Now,
team.
Herbert
with that dude.
had the floor.
Well, we'll see what happens with Herbert, man. But
They have a long way to go, that team.
and he needs to do something
I
next
mean,
year.
because they're fucked up top.
Because what he played this year, he had some great games this year. He really did have some.
He's a
really
good quarterback, man. I hope you could see that at some point. He's a good quarterback. He just needs to be put in the right thing. I mean, even bad quarterbacks or
It's
good quarterbacks
unfortunate.
can go to Carolina and suck right now.
He's a good quarterback. I'm never going to be a fan. I just don't like him. I don't
I
like
know
him.
you
I don't
fucked
know
your
why.
fantasy season. I know why. You fucked your fantasy season 1 year because he didn't get you 40 points a
that's
game,
not
and you're
why.
mad. It is, and you're mad at him for it. Hey, very proud of Green Bay. I mean,
Terrific
come on, man.
season.
Come on, man. And they almost won this fucking game too.
I love seeing games like this.
Yeah, it's a good game there. I mean, Baltimore-Houston was the only really blowout.
I thought it wasn't going to be.
And onto this game, Tampa Bay at Detroit.
Man, they gave them a hell of a run at the end, and then they lost, but they had it close for a
I
minute.
think it was the first drive, maybe the second drive that Detroit had. Probably the first. They dropped a pick in the end zone in Detroit. It was the first drive, first scoring drive, and Detroit got 3 points off it.
Yeah, I remember
And
that.
it would have just been a big
Blow.
momentum thing for the beginning of the game, for them to pick that ball off in the end zone and then go back and see what Baker could do. And like,
Still, props to Baker. He's still a hell of a freak.
he did exactly what we thought he was going to do with that last drive there. He threw that fucking pick. I knew.
Well,
I was like, I've seen this before.
But don't you got to go for it?
Yeah, but if you check the play out, it's like a two slant play, somebody on the outside, and he threw the slant that was covered. This guy wasn't covered. This guy was.
I think
He
you
threw the
got
covered
nervous.
slant.
I think you're nervous, man. I think you're in the game of your life. You're with the team. Your first year on this freaking team. You're leading them. You took them to the playoffs. He probably thought he was gonna be golfing
Baker
by this point.
Mayfield.
He had a hell of a freaking. And if he comes that back, and they start him again next year with this one.
Oh, he's coming back.
If he
How do you
does,
get rid of Baker?
But
They both.
He's got to have the
They
same
want him
team.
back.
I mean, come
He
on.
loves playing there.
You can't get
They
rid of him.
got to have the same team. Evans has to play one more
he
year.
threw for
Isn't
349
I think
this
Evans'
year.
contract is up this year too, so they're gonna have to offer him something big.
You have to know. They're going to tell him we're getting Baker back. And he's going to be like, okay, cool. Because he did great under
He's
Baker.
gonna
He
still
has-
ask for
he'll
money.
last
It's Mike
the last
Evans.
4
He
weeks.
knows he's got a couple of
He'll
years left.
probably play
He's
the
the best
market.
receiver on that team.
He'll
He's a top
probably
10
still
receiver in
only
the
has a
league.
couple
Give him the
years.
fucking money.
Yeah.
Pay him. He's a top receiver. Pay him.
What
So
if he's
pay him
like
like a top
around
receiver.
150 mil for 5 years? You doing
No,
that?
no, but he's
I
not.
think
He's
they're
not
gonna.
get that
I think
anyway.
he's gonna let him become a free agent. He'll shop around and he'll come back.
I disagree. I think
You'd say so. Put him
I think
out
you
there.
give him-
You want to really try to let him
Well,
go?
let his contract.
I think you
expire.
give him 16
Before you
million a
offer
year.
him, you think before you offer him money, you let him go shop.
I think that
Before you offer,
What's
you don't
the-
offer him nothing.
I got it. What is he? What's the max? Like, what's Tyreek Hill getting a year right now? 22 million a year.
Well, he was at one. Didn't he get signed for 175 with Miami?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it was
What is the
something
top
like that.
receiver getting paid right now per year? Because you give him just under that, right?
the franchise him?
It's because
Oh, you're just saying.
No, I'm saying give him a contract because you
I don't
signed
think
him
they-
for fucking team.
he's
Mike
already.
Evans.
They can't franchise.
He's a
tag
top
him.
10 wide receiver in the league. No,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean he's a
up
big
there.
body, great catcher, great possession guy. He's physical. He's good. But
I'm
he's
gonna
healthy.
have to guess he's like number.
I mean,
he
come on.
might be 11 or 12 or 13.
So if he
but
wants
he's
paid,
up there,
then
bro.
fucking pay him.
He's your best
Pay him.
receiver.
You have to pay him.
He's
If you let
anytime
him
he's
go-
out there on the field.
If you
he's
let
a
him go,
threat.
like, oh, you can go test and see whatever, somebody's gonna grab that motherfucker
Yeah.
and pay him top money.
I know.
So get him for top 5 money instead of somebody paying him top 1 money, and you don't have any. He's gonna.
And he would go to an
Tyreek's
Eve.
making approximately 30 a year.
Who?
Tyreek's making
Okay.
about 30 a year.
Okay.
Yeah. And he signed for like.
Is this like a list of them?
This is his contract. Yeah.
So who else? Stephon Diggs up there. AJ Brown's up there. We're looking at per year 24, 25. So the top 5 receivers in the league are making an average of 28 a year.
So he'd be offered at
Say
least.
that?
Wow.
Dude, Debo's making 21. Okay,
What,
so you
does it
you
say
can
what
pay
Evans
motherfuckers
is
28 a
making?
year.
What's Evans making? What number is he at?
Average a year, 16.5.
So give him 20. Give him 22. Give him 22 a year.
How old is Mike Evans, though?
No, he's not worth that much. He's 31.
He's 30.
30?
So he's got...
You're not giving him 20 a year. No. He is kind of worth it, though. I mean, I'd take him on the Bills if we could afford to pay him. I just don't see him as getting 20. He's not putting up... yeah, actually, he is. I mean, how many... Do you have his stats? Can you get his stats real quick?
Keenan Allen's off the
Third
chart
year,
this year, right?
Yeah, I think Evans had like 12 or 13 touchdowns this year or something.
Dude, he's a monster. He had a bunch of 120-yard plus games.
One of the only wide receivers to have 1,000+ receiving yards consistently for since he's played. I don't think he's ever had a season under 1,000.
Put Evans on the Chargers. You know, if Keenan Allen goes,
No,
and watch
that.
this
I
motherfucker
don't wanna
get
see him go
1,500 yards, 20 touchdowns. You can plug him into any top 10 team, and he's immediately.
So here's
one of the
a
best
scenario
receivers.
you might like. What if you put him on the Texans? Would you like that for Stroud?
You can't because you have Tank Dell and Nico. But yes, dude.
But they're not making that kind
I
of
like
money
him
yet.
on every single team he goes to.
They're not making that kind of money yet. They will in the future.
He's
but they're
going
not
to
next year.
be a top 10, top 15 receiver on the worst teams in the league. Let alone what you do if you put him on a top 5 team.
Because of how big he is, dude. He just gets up there and gets the ball.
If he played for Baltimore or San Fran, if he was on the Chiefs right now,
he made Baker look like
how
a
the
star.
fuck do you cover Kelsey and him?
You wouldn't.
You can't. Yeah, dude, pay him. He's got to come back.
Yeah,
pay him. Give him
it'll be
25
fun,
a year.
If the Chiefs go ahead and lose against Baltimore and they want a superstar team next year, you go and grab somebody like that who's a veteran, who you give him Mahomes. He's doing this with Baker. Mahomes, he might get close to like a 2,000 reception yard season.
You sign Baker and him for the next 3 years at least. I don't know what's going on with the defense or anything like that. Todd Bowles can stay. I don't like Todd Bowles as much. I love him on defense. I don't like him as a head coach, but look at him this year.
What would you offer Evans to get him give him a taste before he shops around?
I'd lowball him and tell him we want to give you 20 a year. When he goes, no, I want 20. I want 30 a year. We'll say we'll give you 26, and hopefully he signs.
You think you take him that much?
Yeah.
There's no way. I'd offer him
Yes, I do.
16. I'd say you had a great season. You're an awesome player. We respect you. 16 a year for.
I think 20 is a low.
Sign him for 2 to 3 years. For
I
16.
think he is that good.
What if
And
he gets hurt?
look at this game. It catches for 147 in the touchdown. What if anybody gets hurt?
I mean, I get it, but I think offering him as much as like Stephon Diggs or try.
And maybe you're right.
Stretch.
You know what? Maybe you're right. I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't offer him that.
I think he is that fucking good. What do you think, Adam?
I mean, if you have to pay him that money, or he's going away, and you want to keep him on that team for Baker next year, then yeah, you're going up to 22 max. But he's not.
I don't know, what's the situation with the salary cap in
I don't know where their
Tampa?
team is either. Like their defense, their line. Are they able to compete again
I
next
don't know
year?
what you pay 30-year quarterback.
Yeah, you'd have to see
quarterback.
what they.
How many years do you?
Their defense
That
is
shit
good.
gets
if they
so
keep everybody.
complicated. Yeah.
3 or 4?
I mean,
I think you got to keep.
Yeah, you definitely want to try.
Because if you want to keep competing, you can't do it without him.
What do you say about the Lions now?
They better win the Super Bowl. That's what I'm saying. They better fucking win.
You want them to beat Baltimore?
They scare me because they are so good offensively, and the defensive line is good, and the secondary is just so wishy-washy. But the offense can have bad days too, and they scare me.
Did Laporta play this game or no?
No, he
He
did.
did?
He had 9 catches for 65. I thought he was out this
Okay.
game.
He's coming off of being injured. He's going to play a factor. If he plays next week,
They
man.
scare me. I'll tell you how I feel about them more when we make our pick. But they
think
scare
last
me.
week-
I know they can score 40 on anybody. I know they can.
I love their running backs. I mean, that's, like I said, one of the best.
Best
tandem.
1-2 punch.
Yeah,
Yeah, probably
sure.
the best 1-2 punch.
it has to be. I'm trying to think of. I can't think of anybody better.
You can't poo-poo Montgomery. I mean, he's fucking awesome.
No, he did great.
And Gibbs has come alive so much. He has just been. The last 6 games of the season was just like night and day from his first 6.
But here's the thing: even when
Insane
Montgomery
play.
came back from injury and Gibbs had that run, they still were like, "Screw it, we're still going to play both." And Montgomery still thrived even with Gibbs
Was
taking
it the
snaps.
game after the injury, or the game before Montgomery had that 3-touchdown record-breaking fucking
Yeah,
performance?
I
That
can't
was
remember,
nuts on
but
like
it
Monday
was-
Night Football. It was insane.
I know it exists. I don't remember.
And
exactly what
he's
it was.
capable of that at any
Yeah.
time. He really is.
Well,
As long
which
as
is
the team's
something because
proper.
when he played for the Bears, I'm sorry, I had no faith in him, and I thought he was terrible.
Well,
he was on the wrong
I
team.
always had him. in fantasy when he played for the Bears?
Just wasn't good.
No, he was.
At moments, he had flashes.
He got you 10 to 20 a game. He had the occasional 6, the occasional 8, and then the occasional 24. No, he was never bad for the Bears.
Right.
He was never bad. He wasn't always great.
He wasn't consistent, let's say that. He wasn't consistent.
See, that's what I'm trying to say, though. I think he was consistent.
Well,
Whether the consistency was where you wanted to be or not, he was consistently
yeah.
decent. Consistently good.
Yeah, I guess he was never a bad running back with them, but he wasn't someone that I would say
But they weren't a particularly good team either.
flourished with that team, like, I mean...
Left flourish?
No, I mean, so him being where he's at right now, yes, you can tell being with a good team, it's giving him the shots he needs, giving him the blocks he needs, so he can get through. I mean, yes.
So, I think we all thought Detroit was going to win this game. I was very surprised and happy to see that Tampa kind of made it a game.
They did make it a game up to the fourth quarter, man. They really did, and then Detroit ran away with it, but still really...
Well, I mean, they still had a chance to win the game, or to tie the game up and go to the overtime. Baker did, and he threw that pick. And we know that's what Baker does. He turns the ball over. But he also, I mean, 349 for 3 touchers. I mean, come on, man.
He had an incredible... That's a tough game to lose right there. You know? I always say that about some of these quarterbacks. They're putting up 300-400 yards and 4 touchdowns, and you still lose the game.
And that might be the game, those 2 turnovers.
What was Goff? What did Goff have then?
Goff was 30 for 43, 287, 2 touchers. It doesn't show rating on this, but
I guess you don't have to throw touchdowns when you have two of the best running backs right now. Like,
no, but they throw the ball very well.
Yeah, they do. Goff.
I mean, I
never liked Goff.
St. Brown and Laporta. These are two of the top 20 offensive players in the league. Am I wrong? Is that a stretch?
Sam Laporta is up there for Rookie of the Year, I'm sure.
I mean, is that a stretch to say that as a pass catcher, offensive pass catchers, that Laporta and St. Brown are top 20? St. Brown's top 10, isn't he?
St. Brown's really good. Yeah.
Laporta's top 10. Maybe they're top 15.
I don't know, but.
And maybe that's because Goff can throw the ball. He never was a bad quarterback. No. Even when Jeff Fisher drafted him, he wasn't bad.
If Detroit was ever going to win a Super Bowl.
Say that again, I'm sorry.
I think I was on St. Brown. 3rd on receiving yards. 4th for touchdowns.
He's the top 5 receiver in the league right now. That's crazy, dude.
If there was ever going to be a time, like I said, for Detroit to win the Super
crazy.
Bowl, let's have them win it this year.
They've
never won one. Detroit's never won one, correct?
I think this is their shot.
I think this is when you want to do it.
They might have next year or the year after. I don't know what's going on in their defense. I always know offenses. I don't know defenses that well all the time. I don't know what's going on. I know their line's good. I know they got Hutchinson and that other big boy over there, defensive ends. Mm-hmm. I know that they've given up a lot of touchdowns, so I assume that their secondary is pretty weak. And I know that they stopped the run decently, so the linebackers are probably okay. But that's a pretty bad formula to go in to judge a defense on. So I don't know what's going on. I've never heard their linebackers' names. It's not a good sign, you know.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of touchdowns being given up. There's a lot of highlights of them getting caught over. Not a good sign for your safeties.
Not played San Fran either. That's a team you don't want to play that game
If Debo's playing, you're in trouble, man. They're in trouble.
Debo's going to play.
We got CJ, GJ, and Cam Sutton in the secondary, though, so...
Number 55. He
CJ Gardner. What's his name?
55.
CJ Gardner?
CJ Gardner. Yeah.
He's good, but hasn't that guy been shuffled around the NFL like a little whore?
Yeah, he wished.
I know it was with the Eagles before.
CJ Gardner had a pick, and then Derek Barnes, that's the linebacker that made the pick to end the game. Maybe he's had a great season. I just don't know. But I'm sure there's a lot to be desired there. Their coach is a spaz. I love him, but he's a fucking spaz. He's a spaz, dude. He's a fucking spaz. That means we're going to go for it on 4th down 3 times this game and fake a punt, and then we're going to lose on a fucking a shitty ref call at the end of the game in Dallas, and then I'm going to throw my gum away during the press conference. He's a spaz, dude.
We're going to bite your kneecaps off and eat the meat off your bone.
I don't want to meet that man. He's scary. He's large.
He's looming.
If he was in one of them slap fights,
he would lose.
I don't think he'd ever lose. I mean, who's going to take a slap from that man and live?
How much money?
Not
I'll do it if it's for enough money.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's weird. All right, whatever you want to do. Detroit won. We knew they were going to win. We didn't think that Baker was going to make it a good game, and he fucking did. Awesome. Good for fucking Baker.
Yep.
But so it kind of shook
Think
out.
they go to the playoffs next year again, Tampa? Think they have a shot again?
That's what I was trying to discuss when we were talking about signing Mike Evans. I think if you want to, you have to sign Mike Evans. You have to keep Baker for at least the next 2 years and make a little rush, make a little go at it. They got a big defensive line.
I still don't have faith. I love Baker. Still don't have faith in him as being consistent. I just don't.
He's gonna turn the ball over. He's going to. You have to understand that going in, and then give him.
Turn the ball
they should have never got rid of Fournette. Like Rashad White, as good as he was this year, is not what Baker needs. He needs a big bruising monster that scares you.
They could grab Fournette again if they want.
He needs Jacobs, the old running back from the fucking Giants. That's who he needs. Not Josh Jacobs. What the fuck's his name? Brandon Jacobs. He needs Brandon Jacobs. He needs somebody that scares you. Like, they're going to run the ball, we're going to stack everybody, and I might run away anyway. And it ups play action. Baker rolled out. There's a 60-yard fucking bomb.
Yeah.
That's what they need.
Yeah.
Because Baker does his best when he's booting, when he's play action. Yeah. As a lot of quarterbacks do.
A lot of them.
I mean, he's a chance taker, man. He's going to fucking put that thing in there. He's not going to think twice.
I liked it this year. I liked it this season. I liked their season. They had a similar season to the Bills. They won, they lost, they won, they lost.
Now, they were in the worst division in football, and they won by the skin of their teeth.
What was their record?
But then they came in almost
9-8.
9-8. They had a winning record.
Almost won 2 playoffs game.
I know.
Come on, man.
I give it to
They
them.
played really well against the Lions.
I like that team.
You're an Eagles fan. They beat the Eagles.
I don't know if they're going to go to a Super Bowl anytime soon, but if you want to try, I agree with you. You got to keep some of these key players.
You got to compete, and this is your way.
And
to compete
Evans
right
can compete, baby.
Whenever
Teams, opposing defenses are playing Evans, they double team him every single time.
You have to. He's too fucking.
He never
good.
gets one-on-one
He's
unless
too
it's with
fucking
who's his kryptonite? Is it Lattimore? Who's the guy who plays for the Saints? Is it Lattimore?
Marcus Lattimore.
Whenever he plays him, I swear to God. That's why I don't play him those weeks.
Maybe Lattimore's got naked pictures of him or something.
Whenever
He's like, you don't let me win this matchup, I'm gonna put these pictures up.
Him and Lattimore they've been doing it for years.
Maybe
and he can't. He's got his number.
Maybe dang. You ever think of that? Maybe they're lovers. Lattimore feels scorned.
Do you think maybe they meet up for Mardi Gras in New Orleans every year? Or?
Yeah, a lot of bees.
And he's like, we're doing this, right? He's like, oh yeah, we're doing.
But they're not going around the neck. Going in the butt. Let's
you can cut this, right?
Let's do next week's picks.
All right, let's do next week's picks.
Can't cut this. No cutting. No cutting. And not the stereotypical Asian voice either. You can't cut that.
I mean, when you see the picture, that's terrible.
Come on,
that is so.
People do white people.
It almost looks like something someone would Photoshop to make fun of him, but it's for real.
Oh, dude, it's fucking hilarious. He looks like a monk. He looks like a Shaolin monk.
And he's like this.
He's happy the whole time. The guy was trying not to look at him.
There's McCaffrey.
It's like, there's no way I'm going to bust him. Don't bust that.
All right, maybe I will. Just
Kansas City at Baltimore, Detroit at San Francisco. I mean,
let's do Kansas City, Baltimore.
This is the worst way it could have happened.
Baltimore's going to wipe their streets with Patrick Mahomes.
If there's anybody in this playoff still that I don't want to win a Super Bowl, it's fucking Kansas City. It's fucking Kansas City.
And yet we find ourselves every year.
And they were so bad at the end of the season, I didn't think we were going to get to this point. And here we fucking are.
It's playoff Patrick.
Baltimore and San Francisco, I don't want to win the Super Bowl, but I knew they were going to be here. They had the better shot than anybody. Kansas City shouldn't fucking be here, man. God damn, they should, but they should. God damn it.
No,
God
they
damn
shouldn't.
it.
They should. They're not a good enough team to be here. I'm sorry.
But they're a well enough coach. Who's their defensive coordinator? Spagnuolo?
Yeah,
He's
Steve Spagnuolo.
He's a G, dude. He's just been here for fucking ever. He knows exactly what he's doing. God, he's so good. And so is Andy Reid. Andy Reid is fucking awesome, man.
And as good as he is, we still scored points on him, man. But anyways, we're not going to go back into that.
Who you got?
I want Baltimore to take this. I think they're the better team, too. If Lamar Jackson can run 100 yards on this defense, they got it for sure. I want Baltimore to win it. I'm sorry, I'm not a big, huge Kansas City fan, so I'm going to say Baltimore 37-27.
37-27.
Yeah, I think it's a high-scoring affair.
I don't think I wrote down last week.
Because here's one thing I will say: if this isn't a high-scoring affair, the Ravens lose. Because these Chiefs, man, as terrible as they are, and as much as I hate them, they're gonna put points up. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they have their slow games where they play really good defenses. But against the Ravens, and they're going to be prepared, and they know what they're getting into with these guys, I think it's going to be a high-scoring affair. And if Lamar can keep up with that, and he can break off, if he gets both tight ends back, he can break them off. I think it's a high-scoring affair for the Ravens. And I hope it is.
I'm sorry, buddy. You said
let's go
38.
37-27.
27. Adam, you want to go next?
Sure.
I got Chiefs Ratbirds. Browns fans call
Chiefs
them
what?
Ratbirds.
Ratbirds.
You don't like Ravens?
You guys are
I'm
pukers
with
or
Kevin.
Steelers?
I don't think it's going to be as high scoring as.
I kind of went high, but I don't care.
I think it's going to be.
I want it to be a high
28, 24.
I like that.
Baltimore.
I like that.
28, 24.
I don't see. I can't in my head imagine an
Just
AFC Championship game that the Chiefs are getting blown out.
one question.
It's gonna be a couple minutes left in the fourth, and
You think? Look, here's what I want to just ask you though. Do you think Lamar can run on this defense?
yes,
And if you think that, then it's justified that score. Right down the middle.
you could be absolutely right.
Dude, it might be that simple.
I just don't. I can't imagine in my head that we're sitting there in the fourth quarter going, "Wow, it's a blowout." It's not that you.
It
said
is
it's
a
gonna be-
playoff game.
Yeah.
You're right. I think I went too high. I'm talking about your score. I think is justifiable.
Oh.
The 28-24, because I think that Lamar Jackson indeed is going to run all over this defense, and Mahomes is going to have to do some of the same stuff because that defense is sick too. I mean, they're going to stop Mahomes. He's going to be running for his life. He's going to be scrambling out of the pocket every single play. There's going to be pressure. I think Baltimore is not going to play this the way they played the Texans. I think they're going to come aggressive and.
Baltimore needed a
Shut
couple
them.
quarters to shake off that rust.
And let me tell you this, if they're going to score the way they just did, and that's what pisses me off too, I'd rather see the Bills play them then. At least the Bills match up better with the Ravens. This is going to be such a freaking monstrosity. So, who do you think?
It's a sad day when I got to root for Baltimore, you know?
Why? Because they're in your division, or do you
Yeah,
hate them that much?
They're rival.
I guess it'd be like me trying to root for the Patriots.
You know, they're rival. Or the Jets, or anybody.
You're
I'm
not
never
rooting.
rooting for
You're
the
not
Jets.
rooting for.
I am, because I hate the Chiefs, and they can't win this game. And that's exactly why I'm picking them. Because they're going to fucking win. It's going to be Chiefs, San Francisco,
here's the
and the Chiefs
thing.
are going to fucking win the Super Bowl, and I'm going to...
Here's the thing. Don't you think Baltimore is the more complete, better team at
Yes,
this point?
yes.
All right,
100
so
and you brought up that point,
You're
too.
picking
And it
with-
might just be that simple. Do you think Lamar can run on this defense? Yes, I do. Oh, then the game's over.
yeah, you let Lamar.
They win that.
You let Lamar. Yeah, if you let him run on any defense he's ran on this year, he's beat. The only games they've lost has been when he can't produce.
Say my score for me.
27-23?
Chiefs.
Okay, I like that. So you're keeping it close too.
You can't even bring yourself to say it.
Thank you. I hate the playoffs right now. I hate the playoffs right now. It should be the
I
Browns
love-
and Lions.
I
Browns
love
and
playoff
Dallas.
football because every team plays their best. And sometimes there's shit calls. Sometimes there's calls that don't get called. And you see them blatantly and you get pissed, but there's nothing you can
Guys,
do.
Baltimore
It's playoff
should win this
football.
game. I think they're the better team.
Yeah, they are the best.
The Chiefs
Absolutely.
are doing their stupid fucking shit, and they're gonna get another one. Taylor Swift's gonna be blowing everybody on the Super Bowl fucking.
If I
confetti's
see
coming
him
down,
give her
she's
a heart
wiping it out of her hair. As
One
they're
more
all-
time. I don't know, but I'm going to send him a nasty tweet. I'm going to send him something nasty.
I'm
for his
picking Kansas
podcast.
City because I'm waving the white flag. Okay, I lose. Everything that I want to not happen is going to happen.
I have to.
So Chiefs win. Chiefs win 27-23 because I don't think they can score more than 27. I don't think Chiefs can score more than 27 points.
We need to do a break here so I can pay a visit to the Ballad and Fair.
We're not gonna do a break. Let me talk for at least. I'll get a word in now. There you go. Fuck off and let me talk about this. I don't think the Chiefs can score more than 27 points in this defense. This defense is a juggernaut at some points, and they've also been pumped before. Right? They got pumped by the
They've
Browns
been pumped
offense when we
full.
played in that second game.
They have been pumped full a few times this
Punked with a K, you fucking illiterate.
I would put Baltimore
I'm sorry,
so far
Kevin.
ahead of the Chiefs, but I just can't in my
They
mind's
are. They're
eye
a better team, right?
imagine that we're not sitting there at the end of the fourth quarter going, we still don't know who's going to win this game because it's Kansas City.
I agree. I fucking agree.
They're going to find little ways to. There's going to be a pass interference call. There's going to be this. There's going to be,
I agree. And they have complete control on the field if they want to.
Yeah.
What was that? So that Tampa Bay game, they went for a 2
Yeah.
at the first touchdown, which I was like, that's a weird fucking thing. Then you check the spread out. The spread was what, 9 or 7.5, and that makes it 8. And it's like, oh, well, Vegas just took control of that fucking game.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I just, like I said, I don't want Baltimore to win. I think they're going to win, and it would be better for me personally if they won. I'm picking against it because everything I've wanted to happen is, besides Detroit, I wanted Detroit to be here because they've never been to one. There's something to be said about that. As I feel, and I was almost thinking about it yesterday. I was like, man, the Bills beat the Chiefs. They go to the Super Bowl and they lose again. Maybe it's better if they just lose right now instead of going to the Super Bowl and losing because they can't take that. They can't take another Super Bowl loss.
I don't know that. I don't know that losing in the divisional round is any.
Kevin,
better.
would you have rather the Bills lost yesterday than the Bills go to the Super Bowl and lose? As a Bills fan with all
I'd rather they go to the Super Bowl.
You would? Okay.
Of course.
Yeah, I don't know how you.
I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that because my team's never been to a fucking Super Bowl, so I don't fucking know.
I'd rather go and lose because then the excitement would carry on for another 2 weeks. I'd be extremely happy. Yeah. It makes me happy. It makes me feel good to cheer on my team. And if they lost the Super Bowl, at least I'd be able to be like, well, they went to the Super Bowl.
You guys can see how heartbroken I am.
The only downside to going to the Super Bowl is it's very. I don't know. I don't want to say unlikely, but I don't see a lot of teams making it to the Super Bowl, losing, and then going back to the Super Bowl. So you probably have a better chance. You won't get as many coaches poached. You won't get as much.
Here's the thing, though.
Chiefs do it?
Chiefs. Who did they lose to? Oh,
They've lost 2 Super Bowls.
They lost to...
No, because then the
Yeah, I think he did lose to Tom Brady, didn't he?
And then came back and won it next year.
No,
am I wrong?
The Rams won it the next year.
All right. Just asking.
I think if the Bills would have went to the Super Bowl this year, I think they would have won that shit. Whoever they played, I truly believe it. I think they were on a winning streak. They had won 6 games straight. You're going to lose a couple here and there.
The Super Bowl hangover is real for a reason.
Yeah.
Because you go and
Not
all of a sudden
return.
you lose all your coordinators, you lose all your coaching staff because
they're
everybody
going
fucking
everywhere
wants
else,
them,
yeah.
and then your
Left with
Philly
nothing.
is.
Yep. You're right about
God,
that.
they are so fucking bad, Philly.
They're not. How do you say that? What was their record? 13-4 or something?
Stop it. Stop that. I don't want to hear the record thing. They were 10-1. Then they lost 7 of 8. Poorly.
What was their
7
record?
of 8.
What was
They
their
lost to
record
the
at the end of
fucking
the season?
Panthers, didn't they?
What was their record at the end of the
They didn't
season?
play the Panthers.
They lost somebody really bad.
What was their record at the end of the season?
I don't know, man. It doesn't matter.
It does kind of matter.
I watched Baker throw that fucking thing up over the middle of the field on an all-out blitz, and that safety kind of like fell over him saying, "Bah!" He didn't even know what to fucking do. And the tight end was like, "Oh, you're not gonna get that? Okay." And he caught it and went in. I was like, "Dude, what the fuck was that?"
That was some Tom fuckery.
They started 10-1.
They were 11-6, but even those games that they won, the 10 games that they won,
They were what,
They
11?
were
lost
close.
the Jets. They lost to the Jets like week 5.
They were close games. They almost lost it in Washington
But
twice.
even when they were
should've lost
11-6,
to the
or
Bills.
they
Did you
were
say they were
10-1.
11-6?
Yes.
Even when they were 10-1, we were watching them going, they shouldn't have won that game.
Yes,
They shouldn't
yes,
have won that
yes,
game.
you're absolutely
Yeah,
right.
he is.
Yes, he's
Yeah.
right. They almost lost to Washington twice, homie.
Yeah.
Twice. They were like, oh shit.
They lost to the
Nail
Jets.
biter.
They lost to the Jets week 5.
They went 10-1, and then
The
for
Bills
the next
lost
8
to the
weeks,
Jets, too. A
played
lot
some
of
of the
teams lost
worst
to the
defensive
Jets.
football I've ever
Not a
seen.
lot. I guess.
What's that?
I said they went 10-1, and then played some of the worst defensive football I've ever seen for the next 8 games, and ran 7 to 8 plays on offense total, and ran variations of it. Like they were so predictable. People were just. That's why they
Picked
sucked.
them apart.
Yeah. But
But I've never seen that before. I've never seen a team go
What do you
10-1
think next year,
and
though?
suck
You think next
fucking
year
bad.
maybe they have a better season? Next
I
year?
don't know.
and
I
that's
don't know
what's
what's
scary.
going on.
That's what's scary about the
Because
Lions too.
they're keeping AJ
It sucks
Brown.
because the Lions coordinators are probably going to be gone.
Everybody's looking at them like,
Yep.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Because they're good.
This is why the Lions, if they're going to do it, make it happen this year.
Especially their DC. Working with what they got on defense, getting them here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah. Come on.
Come on.
They're
Ah.
going to suck.
Ah.
Suck.
I've already written my pick down.
All right.
What are we talking about? We're talking
We
about
got- is
Detroit.
it-
and-
Lions,
Detroit,
San
San
Fran.
Fran, right?
Yeah.
Lions at San Fran. I'll go first. It's got to be fucking fuck. I want the Lions to win.
Well, you're picking San Fran, me too.
No, I'm not.
I'm picking
the
San
Lions
Fran.
this time. I'm picking the Lions 33-27.
Ooh.
I'm picking San Fran 24-21.
44-21.
24-21.
I heard you wrong. I'm sorry.
That would be an insane game if it
Why?
was that.
Why?
You think that could happen? 44 to what? 41?
No, 24-21. You got. I'm asking why you're picking 24-21. That's all.
I think San Fran takes it. I'm sorry. I want Detroit to win.
They're the more complete, stable team, right? 49ers.
I just think their players, some of their players outshine whatever Detroit.
Debo will be back.
Yeah, he's gonna play. Yeah. He's gonna play. That guy's gonna play. He's not gonna miss that.
He's gonna play.
He's gonna be playing against Gardner. Your boy, CJ.
I mean, don't poo-poo the Lions off. We just talked.
I'm not poo-pooing them. I think they're good.
Laporta, Gibbs.
I want the Lions to win.
Big line.
I know.
Pass catchers on the line. Remember we had a problem with that a couple weeks ago.
San Fran's
pass catchers on the offensive line.
San Fran's defense does not suck. I'll tell you.
No, I think they're they're better defense than Lions defense.
Yeah, Lions defense is shit.
33-27 because the Lions have to win this game, or I won't watch the Super Bowl.
What is it now?
33-27 Lions. That's what I got.
Okay.
Because if they don't win,
I'm
not watching the Super Bowl.
If Detroit's gonna win, it's gonna
fucking
have
49ers, I'm
to be a score like
if
that.
it's Ravens 49ers, I'm fucking
watch
out.
the fucking Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
What you got, buddy?
I think this could go either way. I'm going 31-28 because my good friend Walker is a Lions fan.
Oh, he's going to Detroit.
Well, he buy you a beer to fucking say this today?
I'm doing the Brian Biggins, but I think that 31-28 could go either way.
Just as Cristo. He's just as Cristo on the show.
My good friend Walker, he's a Lions fan.
So, but we'll go Lions.
31-28? Because if the Lions win, it's got to be a shootout, right?
It has to be. There's no other way.
I don't know.
It's whoever has the ball last and is able to kick the field goal.
I mean, I guess if you're a winning team, you can win by 16 or 38. It doesn't matter. But I feel like if they're going to win, it's because they exploited something on offense, which makes 49ers have to pass the ball, and that's where they're going to get their turnovers, if they get some, is when they open up the 49ers offense and make them actually go for something.
Right.
I don't know that that's a problem, though. That's the thing. Is like there's so much
I do
for San Francisco to do.
Well, let me explain this. I do, because I think if you open it up and you know what they're going to do and where they're going to go, that plays into your hand. Because if you don't know what they're going to do, if they're going to run the ball, if they're going to do a screen, if they're going to pass the ball, take a shot on you, they have so many weapons. When you don't know what's going on, that's when the fucking 49ers put it on you.
That's what I'm saying, though.
But if you can get a lead or something like that, that's what I'm saying. I think they should score a lot.
If you make them pass, but then who they?
They're gonna pass the ball, so we just gotta. They're gonna get one, but they're not gonna get them all.
In Detroit's favor, what you want to do is you want to rattle Purdy. Want to rattle Purdy.
Debo,
right?
Of course.
That's how you disrupt it.
Bubble screens to Debo.
You learn little bubble screens to Debo, jet sweeps to McCaffrey. I just don't think that even if you have to pass it.
But remember, as many options as 49ers have on offense to do, the Lions have just as much almost. I mean, they got a lot of options. They got two. They got the 1-2 punch, the best 1-2 punch at running back, I think.
I feel
in the league.
Yeah.
They have Laporta. They have St. Brown. Who else are their fucking receivers?
Don't they have Reynolds again? And they have.
I know they got guys making plays.
Yeah.
Never mind. Oh, it's right here. Hey. Technology. Dries Fountain, I don't think he plays much. And Antoine Green, Tom Kennedy. They got Peoples Jones. We traded him for the fucking Browns.
How'd that work out for them?
Good, because we didn't use him anyway.
But he just not really getting.
We do the Stefanski system. That's what we fucking do. Number one receiver, dump offs, and your fucking tight end.
Anybody else?
Josh Reynolds.
Yeah, Reynolds.
Khalif Raymond. Reynolds plays a lot. Jameson Williams. I don't know who he is.
He's not good.
All right. God damn it.
So, maybe the Lions' offense isn't looking as good as you thought now?
No, it looks great. I love their offense. No, I'm not backing off.
I love the running backs. I do love St. Brown. Reynolds, he lacks something. He's been back and forth. He played for the Rams. I mean, he's been with Detroit before. So he's kind of on his last leg anyways, and he's not that good, unfortunately. Hope that guy made money.
Antoine Green, Jameson Williams, Khalif Raymond.
There's no standouts other than those guys.
They play them all.
Goff, gunslinger this year again. Had to be. Made it.
Hey, here's a question. Who's the backup quarterback for the Lions? You guys know?
Can I have a guess?
I'm seeing it right here.
Can I guess? Can I guess?
I would have never guessed it.
Can I guess? Can I try a guess?
Yes.
It's got to be something absurd. Give me 3 guesses. Cam Newton.
We would know if he was even on the team.
Everybody knows he's not in the league.
I know. I was just fucking with you.
It was a bad fuck. It was a bad fuck.
It was a bad fuck.
Have you got that a lot? Sorry.
Nick Foles?
No. Bad guess again.
That's not a bad guess.
That's a bad guess. We know Nick.
It's not. No, it's not him.
I'll give you a hint. He played for the Titans. Busted his knee up.
No.
I think it was Titans. Yeah.
Was it the Titans?
Then he was a backup in Minnesota for a little bit.
Ooh.
Can I tell you? Can I tell you his skin color? Or is that too racist?
It's black. It's black.
He's black.
He's what?
He's black dude.
Oh, it's not Jacoby Brissett, is it?
No, he's in Washington.
Fuck.
I don't know.
No.
It's
it's not. No.
Say it.
No, I'm not gonna.
Teddy Bridgewater.
Okay.
Bridgewater?
Bridgewater's a fucking backup, dude. That's crazy. I would have never guessed that.
I would have never.
I didn't
guessed
think he was
that.
playing.
It would have taken me a long time to get to him.
And then the third stringer guy is named Hendon Hooker.
Head and Hooker?
Hendon, 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 Hendon Hooker.
Wow.
Time is it.
You know he got beat up at school.
We got a little bit of time. We got
Right.
about 10 minutes, right?
Yeah. He
Let's,
doesn't have to leave till 1, he said.
Real quickly
One
before...
would be the latest, but yeah.
All right.
Before
Well,
we
what if
sign
you gave
off
us
here.
20 more minutes to do stuff?
15. We need 15.
15.
Because the only thing I want to do real quick before we
What
sign
about a
off
Super Bowl preview?
is I want to talk about that. You want to do a Super Bowl preview? Let's do it.
I just wanted to see who you think's going.
Well, we made our picks already, so like I've already said Chiefs and Lions is what my picks are going to say. And I'm hoping the fucking Lions win.
I want Baltimore. I think it's Baltimore San Fran, and that is what they scripted.
I know, dude. I know, and I fucking hate that.
Baltimore,
If Baltimore San Fran go, I will take probably Baltimore to win it all. Actually, if Baltimore goes at all, I'm taking Baltimore. Taking Baltimore against anybody if I had to. If I had a money pick. If it's
Yeah.
Baltimore Lions, my heart wants
You
to.
want to put money on it? Maybe we should.
I don't want to. No, because I'm all fucked up right now in my head.
$50
I'm emotional.
each, $50
I've been
each.
very emotional
You're
this
in.
show, especially when the picks
For
came.
what?
Little Super Bowl bet.
Okay.
Okay,
Maybe
good.
Yeah, okay.
We'll see what the line and the money and
Okay.
everything is when it pops up.
I'm very emotional.
Well, it's gonna be fine. It's what the NFL wants. It's gonna be San Fran and Baltimore. I'd love to see the Lions go and win for a lot of different people.
If it's the Chiefs,
they deserve it.
if the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, I'm selling the house.
Oh my
Moving
God!
back to Cleveland.
Just stop,
And I'm just going to be at home.
dude. If the Chiefs win the
I'm going to
Super,
sleep theaters for the rest of my life.
I might not watch another Super Bowl if they win.
Chiefs?
Ever again, unless it's Bills. I'll probably never watch one ever again if the Chiefs go and win it because that's just going to convince me it's scripted.
I mean, how? They're not even that good.
They're not that good. They beat us fair and
I mean,
square.
they are. No,
I guess.
I mean, they are. They are good. It's just,
Are they though? I
Yeah,
mean,
they are. They're good. They're well coached. So we just said this. They're well coached. They got one of the best quarterbacks that's happened over the last 15 years.
they're well coached. Andy Reid steals Patrick Mahomes' chicken nuggets like all the time. Your nuggies.
Well, he gets them back. He takes them out of his mustache.
Out of his beard. Did you see they photoshopped him kissing Taylor Swift?
I love that.
It was great.
I love that. I didn't see it, but I love that.
It's funny.
Is that your Super Bowl preview? That's what you wanted to do?
No, I
'Cause
think
I actually had something I wanted to talk about, and then you
All
brought
right.
us in. Now we're talking about nuggets and.
I just want to say
mustaches.
that San Fran and Baltimore are going to go, and I think hopefully Baltimore can win it, but San Fran probably would if it came down.
I'm cool with San Fran does it because I'm not cool with it. I don't want them to go, but I'm cool.
Don't you think McCaffrey deserves
Yes,
a ring though?
absolutely.
Yeah.
But that's the only reason. Him and Debo.
You
I don't
like
want
people
Chase
that
Young
much,
to get a
huh?
ring. I don't want Brock Purdy to get a ring.
Chase Young's good.
Fuck Chase Young.
He's good.
No, he is good.
Best thing for Washington ever had was him.
Fuck.
They
But
had
listen,
to let him go. He was going to want more money in the future.
maybe we'll do it on hot takes a little bit more in depth.
Grab me
But-
one more.
But preview for the next season. Like, what do you think about this season? Your overall thought about the 23-24 season. If you had to say something, a team that didn't make it but is right there,
No.
something that bothered you.
I can
something
say
you
about
hated.
all the teams. This was
Not
one
a
of the-
team. Maybe the
this
refs
was-
pissed you off.
This was one of the most competitive seasons I've seen in a long time. I enjoyed every minute of it. The refs suck and will always suck, and they have always sucked. There's always going to be bad calls. You got to be better than that as a team. I'm looking forward to watching the Texans next season. I think they're going to blow up, and if they get healthy, they're going to be a team to be reckoned with. I'm going to love watching Green Bay. I think that's an exciting young team coming up. I'll tell you, some teams I don't give a shit about that people like. I don't give a shit about the Jags. People love the Jags.
Same.
I don't give a shit about
Same.
them. They can. I love ETN, but other than that, I mean, that team can go down and
take
play.
Horseface and pay him all his money, and they can go fuck themselves.
I'm going to enjoy watching my Bills again next year, no matter what. You're going to enjoy
Did Doug
watching
Peterson
your
get
Browns.
fired or no?
Huh?
Did Doug Peterson get fired or no?
No, I don't believe so.
From the Jags? I don't think so.
I think
Why?
actually they took him in the office and he got really nervous and he fired 8 of his coordinators.
He shit
I'm
himself.
dead serious. I think he fired 8
No, he
coordinators.
shit himself. It was on camera.
Wow, that's fantastic. Bring it up. No,
They brought him
but
in there.
seriously,
They were like, Doug, you got to talk
I'm
to you.
almost positive
Oh.
he. I know he fired coordinators. I think it was something crazy like 6 or 8.
It's fine. They'll be fine.
He fired a lot of coordinators.
They almost got into the playoffs. They were this close. And they're a good team.
Were they? Because they were 8-3 and they ended up not making it. Were they that close?
They were close. Yeah, if they would have won that last game, they were in.
Yeah, but they.
That's all they had to do is win that game.
No, you're right. You're right. I'm just thinking in my head like,
I mean,
why didn't I pick the?
if you're
Texans
going to
out?
argue about that, and I don't like the Jags, then you got to argue about Tampa Bay and other teams too.
That's
the
fair.
same fucking
That's
thing.
fair point.
Yeah. But I am going to enjoy watching the Bills, and hopefully we can just.
Yeah.
Think about this too. The Dolphins aren't going to have Tyreek next year. He said he's retiring.
Oh, he's going to do porn. I heard.
He's probably going to do a lot
He
of
said it
different
a few
things.
times. He wants to
He's
go do porn.
only like 31, isn't he? Or maybe even less. I mean, the guy's in great shape. He could play another 2-3 years.
Well, they can take that burnt wing of his house and they can do the porn in that thing too. Like, I'm here to put out the fire.
Rick
Oh,
Ross.
well, this fire's put out, but not this one.
Rick Ross taped himself in front of Tyreek Hill's house while it was burning, and he had invested in Wingstop a lot. He's like, Wingstop? He's like, I got some. He's like filming. He's like, this is Tyreek's house burning down. He's like, I got some Wingstop on the way. I'm going to eat some wings.
This isn't true.
I swear to God. And he filmed himself eating the chicken wings. He's like, I'm going to do
Who is this?
Rick Ross. The boss.
Rose.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
No, I swear to God, you can look it up. He's in front of Tyreek's house. He's
While
like,
it's on fire or after?
Yeah. Like, sounded like it was on fire. I heard it on the radio today. He's like, Tyreek's house is on fire in front of me right here. And he's like, well, look it up. I bet it's on
These are
there.
Parmesan garlics.
That's what he was doing. He was talking about the flavors and eating, dipping them. Yeah.
This is insane.
Yeah.
My takeaways from 20. You know what I'm trying to say. My takeaways. Oh, come on. That was a fountain. That was a lot of fucking beer.
Why did you make me laugh?
It wasn't that funny.
It
I
was
didn't say
kinda
anything funny.
You stuttered.
Oh, you fucking monster.
You stuttered at me.
It was a waterfall. It wasn't even a spritz. Usually they're spritzes. That was the spritz.
Oh.
Oh my God, you're a monster. Anyway, I'm not gonna. This isn't gonna ruin my flow.
We're gonna cut that.
No, we're still rolling. So I had 3 things I want to touch.
Okay.
The
Touch
third
on
one will
them.
be the teams. Refs. Let's go with refs first.
Okay.
They have all the technology in the world to get these calls right. And if they want to do like in the Browns game, they were reviewing something and saw it was 12 men on the field, and they called the 12 men on the field. They threw the flag at the fucking podium. That's fine. If you want to get it right every time, then get it right. You have to do it for every single game.
But that's
you have the
never gonna
technology
happen.
to get every single
Even with the
call
technology,
right.
the refs still want. Sometimes they want to
You
make
can call a
calls.
guy in New York and you can make it. I understand human error. Like baseball's real big in that.
Or they
Human
feel
error is
that
part of the
strongly
game.
about the call.
That's fine.
They want to keep it the way it is.
But it has to be the same for every single game, every single week.
That's
throughout
never going to happen.
Every single season.
It's never going to happen.
They need to start working towards that.
It'll never happen.
You know, I'll take bad calls. I'll take that. You say, hey, listen, you know what? We're gonna do away with all the cameras. You can't use the sky cam. You can't use any of this shit. We're just gonna do human error. You know, and whatever. And maybe they're paying people off, and that's just how football is. Fine. At least I know what fucking football is now. Right now, they need to figure this fucking
Yeah,
shit
but they're
out.
never going to admit that.
For the first time in NFL history, for the last 20 years, not first time, for the first time in 20 years in the NFL, they need to figure out what a fucking catch is.
Yeah.
Okay? They need to figure out what they're going to review, what they cannot review, and they have to make it better. Over the next 5 years in the NFL, if they want to keep this league alive, there's 2 things they need to do. Figure out how to get safety into a spot where you're okay. Injuries are going to happen. They're just going to fucking happen. It's a violent sport. They used to cut people's heads off in the fucking Coliseum for fucking sport. We're not doing that here. It's a contact fucking sport. Figure that out. Number 2, get this thing right. Get this thing right. Either you get every call right and you use all the technology you have, or you tell people, you just come out and say, listen, it's going to get fucked up.
That's never going to... Yeah, that's what you got to do.
But tell us that. Don't say, we're working towards it. We're going to suspend the
told
ref.
us that by the way they make the calls, that's what's going on.
I think a big part of it that people don't talk about, too, is the refs are not... Like, this is their secondary job. Most of them have very high stress. They're lawyers.
Wonderful fucking point.
So something Pat McAfee talks about a lot is the NFL needs to full-time refs. In the
What
offseason,
do you think refs get paid?
No, he's
Do they
absolutely
get paid
right.
enough? Do refs get paid enough?
No, because they're not full-time
but
employees.
it's not even. That's not even the point. The point is.
It kind of is.
I mean,
if they're making
it's a
enough money
secondary point, but the point is that they're not. Their head's not in the game.
in the game because they're
They're going to
lawyers.
Monday. They're going to go back
Are
to the
some
law
of them
firm.
doctors
They're gonna go back
possibly
to the,
too? Or
I
some
don't know
of them-
about doctors,
Dude,
but
Okay.
Adam, that's awesome point. Absolutely correct. You need what do you need? 35 to 50 officials
However
that you
many
have
it
on
is,
salary
More
staff.
than that.
Because you can fucking pay them. It's not like you can't fucking pay them. Give them $100,000 a
Right.
year.
in the off season they could go to conferences. They could talk about. They could work on their craft.
Correct.
They could
You'd
go.
be employing more than
And
50.
they are professional,
Yeah.
absolute officials
You would have to employ hundreds.
that are employed.
You'd have to employ
12 months a
hundreds.
year.
You'd have to employ hundreds.
That's
Okay,
fine.
it's
Then
the
fucking
NFL.
do it. They
They
can
have
do it.
billions of dollars.
Billions.
Definitely.
Billions.
I'm not saying they can. I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
And that's
they-
part of the, I mean, simply set, get it right. But that's one of
Yeah.
the ways you go about getting it right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
My number two, which I touched on just a bit, injuries. Injuries are fucking, they're worse than they've ever been.
Yeah.
And it's because people are bigger, stronger,
It's at an
faster.
all-time high.
Muscles get strong, they get fast, they get big, they get large,
And
they
here's
get
the
lean.
thing is, a
Tendons
lot of
do
the-
not.
A lot of the pads and the helmets and stuff are not progressing forward.
I'm not saying we have to go into the lab and make this amazing helmet that
Maybe we
restores the
do.
whole thing.
Maybe we do.
We have to now realize that with people bigger, stronger, faster, this is going to happen.
yeah.
Injuries are a fucking thing. They just completely are.
Yeah, but you don't want people getting
we can
killed.
make things to deal with it. I'm not saying we're going to stop the injuries. There's no way to stop the injuries.
Right.
But what we can do after that is the rules for bringing people up from the practice squad. The amount of money you have to pay to bring people on to steal from, or like if you start them 2 games for practice squad, now you have to sign them. Let's get crazy with these rules. Let's make it let's make it better. You have to clear 3 roster spots because you have to bring 2 people up because you lost 5 last fucking week. Well, instead of you're only allowed to bring 2 people up a fucking week, let's make it 5. And instead of having to pay a bunch of money to bring somebody up, cut that fucking league fee and just pay the player. You know, let's do some things that can actually make it easier for teams to deal with losses because they're going to happen. You can't stop injuries. So let's help these teams recover from the injuries by making it easier for them to fill roster spots. Maybe you bump the roster spots allowment up to 5 more. Excuse me. So instead of 53, maybe it's 58.
Doesn't that come at a cost or no? Or because I guess you're not paying them until technically on.
Cut the league fee. We're not paying the NFL to bring a player up in the fucking practice squad. I think
Don't
that
you have
happens.
to do
Am
that?
I wrong
I
about
don't
this?
know that.
I'm pretty sure you do. You
Yeah.
have to.
We're not paying you any fucking.
Anytime you activate, there's
We're
money
paying the
involved.
fucking player.
I think
Let's make
anytime
it
you
easier
activate,
for teams
there's money involved immediately.
Bring talent in, pay them, and keep them active.
Yeah.
53 men is not enough anymore. It's just not enough.
Yeah,
anymore.
not when you have all these injuries.
It's not enough.
What do you?
It's
what
gotta
do
be
you-
60.
I think you.
I think it's 60.
I think you go. Yeah, like
And I
65.
don't think there should be allowance on how many people you're allowed to bring up from the practice squad.
Let them get a whole nother line.
And that 2
on
week
the
thing?
practice squad.
You just said I'm with it.
And
What's it? What is it on college? You see this
What?
giant fucking roster. What is like? What's the?
Oh, I don't know it. I don't.
allowance
108.
for a college team?
No,
is
no,
it
no.
something crazy?
Some
But
fucking
what
ton,
if?
yeah.
But is it that bad to bump it
I
up to
don't
like
know. I don't have a
65?
problem with it.
For real? Is it? Is it really
Another
that
12
bad?
players, no.
Can you not fucking do that? Oh, you're only allowed to bring 2 people up.
But here's the
Well,
problem.
What if I lose my whole fucking line? I can't bring 5 up. Let's
a lot of these,
bump that
a
number
lot
up
of
too.
these teams too, they already have things invested in the way they are as far as
Right.
monetary.
It's
and
probably
everything.
one of these things that's a holdover.
That needs to
from
change.
20 years ago or whatever.
It needs to
I don't
change.
think
Something
With
needs to
injuries
change.
too, I think there's injuries
Something to be said for
specifically,
that,
not
yeah.
about replacing players, but a lot of these rules that are meant to protect players
Oh.
probably are causing way more injuries.
I
than
know.
are.
We could spend a whole
You mean like
show
as far
talking
as
about
like when
the
you're going to
defensive,
make a tackle and how
And
you're
then you-
supposed to? Yeah.
Yep.
and you have to pull back now. Well, now I'm hurt because you made me not fucking. It's a full
Right.
contact sport, and you
Right.
have to go 100% or nothing because you're gonna get hurt not doing
Right.
it. We could do a full show spending about that. I don't want to get into that right now because I get all passionate and angry about that shit.
Yeah.
You fucked up the whole defensive side of the
Yeah.
ball. We know that. But from the other, injuries are going to happen. I'm not saying medically or even that because you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
You're absolutely fucking right. You're fucking the game up with telling them, oh, you're supposed to pull up there. It's like, you know what happened in a second and a half? Show me the fucking, not even human being, the being available on Earth or in the fucking galaxy that can stop something in a second. Unless you're the fucking Flash, there's no way I can stop. that fucking hit that your boy Casey put on the fucking dude from Indianapolis.
Yeah.
There's no way to stop that play.
Yeah.
There's no way to stop that play.
You're
That's
already-
football, and it happens.
They
Do not
should
take
change-
Casey's money. Do not take Casey's money because he hit a fucking player that was going. Because he
They
can't
should
stop
change the
himself.
rule to if he's not. They should review it and see is the player in motion. Is there no way he could have stopped?
That's the problem, though. They keep reviewing it, and now a bunch of assholes who've never played the game are going, well, I think he could
And
have
they're
stopped
watching
there.
it. They're
That's the
watching
fucking
it
problem.
1 frame per.
That's the fucking
second,
problem. Is
and
people
they're
are reviewing
rushing.
the plays. So that's all fucked.
Well, there has to be some type of common sense call every now and then where if it's blatant that the guy could not stop, he was already in motion, he didn't give himself up in time.
But that goes
The problem
to
is there's
who
no-
who is that committee that's like
Correct.
what
And that
Jake's
will
saying,
always be the
it's
problem.
it's a man in a suit that's never played the game. They're watching it at
Making
1/30th the speed.
It's tough. That's
Yeah.
tough. I'm just saying for injuries, they're going to happen. So let's.
Which is, again, I understand why you're telling me, like, that's the person doing it, but
Yeah.
I'm saying they need to make a common sense call every now and then where if it's blatant, where you can be like, hey, there was no way he could have stopped, that they, you know what I mean?
Well, I think that's part. I assume I don't know how it works, but that's part of the appeals process where one of these things happen.
Somebody gets
You
hurt.
always appeal. That's what
Yeah.
they say. You have to. Not you have to, but
You don't have to, but
I think the
if you're an
NFLPA
NFL
says
yeah.
no matter what, appeal the call.
Yeah.
My third thing that I want to bring up, and it's less of like a takeaway from 2023 as much as like a bold prediction for the coming year. NFC North is the best division in football next year.
I mean, it was that way.
Packers,
Packers,
Bears, Vikings, Lions.
Lions. Okay.
Lions continue winning ways, even though they lose a little bit. They're going to be great. Packers are
On the way
good,
up.
man. Packers on the way up.
San Fran's NFC West.
Vikings hopefully get their quarterback back. We'll see what the hell happens. This could go way down with the Vikings. So it's all kind of
Are you
contingent
talking
on what
about
the
the
Vikings
quarterback
do.
as in Kirk Cousins?
Let's see. He's gone, right?
Right?
I don't know. We'll see what happens with the Vikings. I'm contingent on this, but the Bears have a lot of draft picks this year.
Yeah.
And regardless if they get rid of this homeboy or not,
They're not getting
Bears
rid of
actually have a pretty good defense now. They added Montez Sweat that really made everybody else better because now he rushes the passer. Now the corners are better. They got that really good corner on the left side. I can't remember his fucking name, but their safeties aren't bad. Their linebackers are good, and the defensive line got so much. Everybody got so much better when Montez Sweat came there, and the offense isn't that bad. They need a running back. They have their fucking receiver. They have two decent receivers. Mooney's not that bad. I know he fucks
Mooney's
up a lot,
not good.
but he's there. He's a good third
DJ
receiver.
Moore is great.
DJ Moore is great.
Gotta love him.
Great. Offensive line
And
is
I like
okay.
Cole Kmet too for their tight end.
Oh,
He's
bro, come on. He's
really
awesome.
good.
He's awesome. So Bears could be a real big
Who's
player.
their lead
next year.
running back? Is it still Khalil Herbert?
No,
or-
he got hurt too much. It
Is it
was
Deontay Foreman?
Yeah, it was Foreman this year.
Okay.
I think.
Well, no, Khalil Herbert came back at the end of the season.
He did,
just
he
shit
did.
the bed. He didn't do good. You know,
Uh,
my mother had a caddy once who had a Chicago Bears.
Club cover.
Are you doing Jesus Cristo thing?
I was doing one
That's my
phrases.
bold take for next year, though. I think the NFC
Oh, no, dude.
North will be the best division in football. We'll see if it happens or not. But it has the potential.
It
Bears could be
does.
really good next year. We know Lions are going to be good. Green Bay should be a top 5 team next year. Top 8 team. 8?
Green
Top
Bay's-
8?
Green Bay?
Yeah.
Top 10 for sure.
Come on.
Top 10.
I
Yeah.
agree. And we'll see what the Vikings
They were
do.
what this year? Top 6?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they made it to the.
God damn, they were.
They made it to the second round,
Yeah,
right?
man.
They beat Dallas. Yeah, they got
man.
the top 8. Top 8.
They
top
had a
6,
shot to
all right.
win this game too, and they just weren't experienced enough. They just didn't do the things they needed to do. They dropped
I
some
like-
picks and
I like Green Bay. Love is going to be somebody next year. His receiving core is outstanding. Watson wasn't great this year, but I think he'll be better next year.
I guess-
Romeo Doubs, Jaden Reed. You still got Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon.
Aaron
doing
Jones is
something
going
there.
out
Come
pretty
on.
soon though. But
Who?
Aaron
Is he?
Jones is going.
He's 33 or 4, isn't he?
Nah,
He's
I,
got to
think
be
I
old.
think he's 30. on
He's
the
old,
dot.
man. He's getting up there. He might be 31.
But
I might be wrong.
I think he's 30 on the dot.
I know
though,
A.J.
but he's
Dillon's
been
up
injured
there,
a
too.
lot. Do you guys
But he
wanna,
still had a good year.
I guess we could do this on a later show, bold predictions. You
Yeah.
know, we'll do it throughout the
Do
year
it
as
the next-
well.
yeah.
Do you guys have anything you want to say for the next season? Let's fucking end the show.
Let's do it.
I got to piss. That's why I'm standing like this. I'm like,
Okay. We'll sit down.
Looks
and
like
think about
Captain
it.
let's sit down, do a shot, and let's fucking end the
Yeah,
show.
let's do it.
Ah,
I pissed myself. I
Run
pissed
out,
on the
like
couch. Look, I pissed on the couch.
I can't believe the fountain of beer that can. Like, I've seen you spritz I've seen the nose.
I wish
shoot.
you wouldn't make me laugh when I'm
nose
taking a
shoot.
sip of the beer. You stuttered and then you said
Listen,
something
Kevin, the last
crazy.
few times you've done it, I didn't even say anything that funny. It wasn't that funny.
You were like, do, and then you were stuttering.
Honestly, it was so insignificant and unfunny that we're gonna have to watch this back for me to remember what I said.
Yeah, you'll
But
love
it wasn't that fucking funny,
It's
Kevin.
pretty funny.
I say funny things all the time.
I
And
don't
stare at me,
steal
but
it.
like I
That's
say
funny.
one mediocrely, giggly thing, and
I don't know why.
like it was a fountain.
I know.
We got that on camera. You're a
I know
monster.
we're cutting that. That's getting
You're a
cut.
So that was Piggy and the Jake. For this week, again, I don't have my... Did I take my watch off during the show? What the fuck happened? I took my fucking watch off during the show. So this
wrong
was
with that?
January 22nd on Monday. We did the divisional round. Next week we're going to the conference round. Big sad from us. For our team.
Yeah.
Big sad.
There's always next year.
Thanks to our fearless leader, Mr. Adam, for being here today. Last week I think he had the herpes and he didn't...
You also did the show on Wednesday morning.
Oh, so with the herpes doctor's on Wednesday. So yeah, here we go. Big thanks to everybody. We'll see you guys next week. Kevin, let's end this son of a bitch.
All right.
Hello.
Good job.